All right. Well, good evening, baseball fans. It's been a little while since we've done anything. In fact, I think it was last Sunday we did a little APA PC baseball, but back. And hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody had a good week. We actually have a week coming up in the high 60s here in the Commonwealth. So looking forward to that. So continue with Out of the Park Baseball 25. And my Myths League, if you will. So, speaking of all-time greats leagues, by the way, this is an all-time greats league. Just came from Legend Sports Universe game. Good one between the Expos and the Braves. So do make sure you check that one out. Again, it's just excellent stuff. So tonight, the Phillies will travel to the Bronx to play the Yankees. The Phillies and Yankees each at 1-2 to start this young season. Philadelphia will send Curt Simmons to the mound, and the Yankees will counter with Ron Guidry. At least those seems to be the projected starters. So let's get going here. And hopefully folks will come in, and maybe we can have a bit of a Saturday night chinwag, which is what we usually do here. And just go from there. Yeah. Hey, there's Dwayne, and there's Nathaniel. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Hope you're both doing well. I've been kind of absent as of late, but it's good to be back around. So I got to catch up with what's going on. All right. For the visiting Philadelphia Phillies, leading off in center field, sliding Billy Hamilton. Batting second at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Batting third in left field, Ed Delahanty. Batting cleanup and catching, Jack Clements. Batting fifth at third base, Michael Jack Schmidt. Batting sixth in right field, Bobby Abreu. Batting seventh at second base, Chase Utley. Batting eighth at first base, Vaughn Hayes. And Curt Simmons will be pitching and batting ninth. For the hometown, New York Yankees leading off. So Dwayne Martz, here you go, bud. Leading off at second base, Willie Randolph. Batting second at shortstop, Phil Rizzuto, the Scooter. Batting third in right field, Babe Ruth. Batting cleanup tonight in center field, Joe DiMaggio getting the start. Batting fifth at first base, the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Batting sixth and catching, Bill Dickey. Batting seventh in left field, Charlie Keller. Batting eighth at third base, Craig Nettles. And pitching and batting ninth, Ron Guidry. So we're on our way to Yankee Stadium. Attendance is 25,932. Cloudy weather, 44 degrees, and the wind blowing in from right at 13 miles per hour. Glad you're hanging in there, Nathaniel. It's always better than not hanging in there, as it were, right? All right. Continuing to test Out of the Park 26. We're, what are we, about 6-7 days from release or something like that. So looking forward to that. I don't know if Dwayne has heard anything. This is such a beautiful game. Anyhow, I don't know what's going on with Digital Diamond Baseball, but hopefully that's coming out soon. As much as that's a pretty view, it's kind of hard to call a ball game from here, but this game is beautiful, and Out of the Park 26 is even beautifuler. More beautiful, whatever. Okay, let's get our initial camera going here. So, hey, that wide view looks great for everything. So, welcome to the Bronx. Welcome to the Bronx. All right, here we go. Starting defense for the Pinstripers from the Big Apple. Charlie Keller in left, Joe DiMaggio in center, Babe Ruth in right. Around the horn, we have Lou Gehrig, Willie Randolph, Phil Rizzuto, and Craig Nettles. Catching, Bill Dickey, donning the tools of ignorance, and Ron Guidry getting ready to go. Lefty will start things off. Here we got Billy Hamilton, Jimmy Rollins, and Ed Delahanty, the number 1, 2, 3 hitters for the Philadelphia Phillies. John DFW joining us here. He says, stream Out of the Park 26. We won't say anything. Oh, my goodness. So Dwayne tells us that Mark's been putting up screenshots in the Digital Diamond Facebook page. I'm not a member of that Facebook group. I guess I should probably join. I'm really excited about that. You guys will be seeing more Digital Diamond on this channel with the full integration of Status Pro Baseball. So what's different in Out of the Park 26? Some things I can't talk about yet. But one of the really cool things is an addition There's some sort of things that I think will make the UI a little bit easier to navigate, but again, you got to remember, Nathaniel, this game there's like the deepest game out there as far as baseball goes. I dare say probably any sports sim. So with all these moving parts, it's this UI has come a long way already. But one of the really, really cool things is going to be the drive for the pennant mode is now extended to all seasons, all historical seasons. You can play drive for the pennant. So what a great way to do some what if and still do a season replay. So that's nice. Player Development Lab 2.0. Big update, and what you can do with player development now is super deep, which is one of the reasons why we're going to be doing Ned McGreevy and Out of the Park 26 is mainly because of the player development tab. Goodness gracious, great balls or whatever. You're going to see a really fun change with the scoreboards in the parks that are included with Out of the Park Baseball. Really nice touch that they're adding in. There's another feature that has to do with ballparks that I can't talk about because I haven't seen them release anything about it. And the thing about Out of the Park Baseball is they always kind of wait until, they do those road to release streams, and they kind of wait until like the last one or next to the last one to actually show in-game footage. So, but there's a lot of additions this year. Again, it might be, as far as graphically, there's some improvements. I can happily support or report that. I'm testing Out of the Park 26 on a computer with a GTX 1660 Ti and also another computer with an RTX 4070 Super. Game runs great on both of them. No moonwalks to first, anything like that. I would say the parks look sharper, better. I mean, and this is a beautiful park. This is one of the parks that comes with the game, of course. I still haven't tried Mike Silva's parks with Out of the Park 26, but I'm sure everything is going to be fine. And there's a lot of additions. I think, though, that what we're probably going to see at some point with Out of the Park Baseball, if I'm just guessing, the next logical step for this, besides figuring out how to do a narrator like an Ernie Harwell style narrator, is to kind of do what people have been wanting MLB The Show to do, and that is kind of go next gen. So I don't know whether they ever have plans to actually really update. I mean, it's a beautiful game already, but to really, really upgrade the graphics and require more horsepower, that would remain to be seen. But I think you guys will like Out of the Park 26, especially if you want to try a lot of sort of what if stuff. Again, they're always working on historical things, and that's been playing very, very well, I have to say. So very pleased with it so far, but of course everybody will make his own decision. Everyone will make his own decision whether or not to purchase it. I think the game is a steal, even at full price for what it does. Yeah, so there we go. You're welcome. You're welcome, Nathaniel. All right, we are ready to get underway here. The other thing I haven't done with it yet is any test streams to see whether the jank gets removed, but we'll get there. All right, let's fly around. Not exactly the house that Ruth built, as this is new Yankee Stadium, but that's all right. Here we go. And pitch comes into Billy Hamilton, and this one, little short hopper to third, and up with that is Nettles, and he fires on to Lou Gehrig for the 5-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down now for Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins just 1 for 11 in the season. Guidry has the sign from Dickey. The southpaw deals the 0-1 pitch. And Rollins swings, tapper to third, and once again it's Nettles to Gehrig. So 2 up, 2 down for the Philadelphia Phillies, and brings up to Ed Delahanty off to a slow start also, just 1 for 10. Guidry into his motion and the 1-2 pitch. And Delahanty drills this one deep to left, but at the track is Charlie Keller making the catch. So the Phillies go quietly. We go to the bottom of the first here, Yankee Stadium. The Philadelphia Phillies nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Looking at the starting defense for the Phillies in left field, Ed Delahanty in center, sliding Billy Hamilton, and right, Bobby Abreu. Going around the horn at first base, we have Von Hayes. At second, Chase Utley. At shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. At third base, Michael Jack Schmidt. Who else would you expect to be there? Catching is Jack Clements, and on the mound, Kurt Simmons. Kurt Simmons making his first appearance of the season. Willie Randolph leading things off for the Yankees, will be followed by the money man, Scooter Phil Rizzuto, and then Babe Ruth. 2 for 12 for Willie Randolph on the season. Here we go. Both teams at 1 win and 2 losses. And there he is. Let's stop and give some love here to FAC Sports Desk with Paul. So, Paul, hopefully, I'm hoping we're going to see that update for Pocket Pennant Run. Craig's taking a while in this one, but I know he's adding a lot. So, boy, hopefully, I know you've been playing the beta. Just really waiting. I've shot you a couple of messages on Facebook. Just thanking you and everything. So hopefully you saw them. Hopefully you know my real name on Facebook. But anyhow, so guys, I did mention a couple weeks ago or last week that if you played early era baseball, so the 1871, 1919, Craig did do a hot fix. So all you have to do is just download that little hotfix, that little database, copy it over, you're good to go. There's still no manager ratings yet in that era of baseball, so hopefully that will come. So I'm still a little bit about playing dead ball and Pocket Pennant Run, but what a great game. And we got to thank FAC Sports Desk with our buddy Paul here for he is the software tester. He is the software tester for them, and he's kind of the first line of bug squashing, and he has done yeoman's work. Well, Paul, apparently you don't know who I am on Facebook then, because I've been messaging you ever since you said to friend you on Facebook, and your messages have been, oh, thanks. So I don't think you know who I am. So maybe next message I'll say, hey, it's Beatles Eternally. All right, here's Willie Randolph. The 1-2 pitch. Here we go. Kurt Simmons deals to Randolph, and he looks at a called strike 3. So Kurt Simmons picking up the strikeout, 1 away now for Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto hitting .231. He's 3 for 13 with a run batted in. Digs in on the right-hand side. Kurt Simmons has the sign from Jack Clemens. Here's the wind and a full count pitch on the way. Rizzuto swing and a miss. This one, nice fastball by Kurt Simmons. So 2 away. And 2 strikeouts, looking for a trifecta here against the dangerous Babe Ruth. Ruth off to a .273 start. He's 3 for 11. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on the Bambino. Lefty-lefty matchup, and Ruth line drive base hit into left field. So Babe Ruth aboard, and that's the first hit of this ball game. No, it's been a while since I've messaged you, Paul, but yeah. So, but I will send you a message. Hey, that's Hall of Famer Phil. Yeah, Dwayne, it sure is. Speaking of Hall of Famers, sure he is. The Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio. We want you on our side, and where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Right, a nation turns its lonely eyes to you. So there we go. Lots of Joe DiMaggio references. DiMaggio hitting .250 on the season, 2 for 12. Babe Ruth on at first, 1 down, bottom of the first in Yankee Stadium here in the Miss League. Here's the pitch. DiMaggio first pitch swinging, Tapper to third, and Mike Schmidt up with that. He's going to go to second to get Ruth. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the second inning. We are scoreless here in New York. Jack Clemens, Michael Schmidt, and Bobby Abreu due up for the representatives of the city of brotherly love. Clemens, 2 RBI. He's 3 for 11 thus far, so hitting .273. Guidry comes home with the 0-2 pitch. Clemens tries to check a swing. The man in blue says, you went around, grab some pine. So Ron Guidry picks up his first K of the game. Good evening, legends. Just told everybody that we had a lot of fun at your Expos Braves game. So good stuff. Yeah, greatest shortstop. Now, Dwayne, now you're getting crazy. So, guys, once again, Legend Sports Universe, awesome stuff. My Pirates, Babe Adams, man, when he pitched a complete game. But tonight's game was a good one, man. Guys, Uh, Braves visiting the Expos. So got an American League game coming up also this week from Legends. I believe it's Blue Jays, White Sox. Correct me if I'm wrong, Legends. So, guys, it's Legend Sports Universe. It won't go bad, right? Oh, so you don't know who I am. I see. I figured you knew who I was. Okay, that's cool. So it's an Irish last name. So that doesn't tell you a lot. I'll shoot you a message, my friend. Okay, it's Blue Jays, White Sox, guys. Maybe tomorrow night, and then Franchise Stars Baseball League moves into May. There will also be a boxing card this week on Legend Sports Universe. So there you go, guys. All right. Nobody's off to a great start, really, on either of these two teams. Schmidt with a 1-for-10 start. Again, we're just in game number 4, though. 1-2 pitch on the way now. Schmidt swings, and this one sinking liner to right. This is going to get down for a base hit. So Ruth plays it on the hop. Schmidt aboard, and here comes Bobby Abreu, just 2 for 11. 3-0 pitch on the way. Guidry misses low and outside. So 2 Phillies on, 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Chase Utley. Utley just 1 for 10. So both of these teams need to get going here. Both at 1 and 2. And the runner goes to third, and the throw, and Schmidt picks up the stolen base. And on the play, Bobby Abreu moves to second. So the Phillies get a little bit aggressive here in the top of the second inning. Utley back in the box, the count 0-1. Swung on, hard ground ball to first, and up with that one is Gehrig, and he will go to Guidry covering first for the 3-1 putout. But on the play, Mike Schmidt will cross, and Philadelphia jumps out to an early 1-0 lead. All right. Von Hayes in there now. Von Hayes just 0 for 1, so limited playing time for Von Hayes that you'll see in this season. 0-2 pitch, and Von Hayes, big cut and a miss. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left in scoring position. The Phillies lead this one 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Lou Gehrig, Bill Dickey, and Charlie Keller due up for the Bombers. The Iron Horse, at least doing better than Babe Ruth. He is 1 for 10, but a home run and 3 runs batted in. But surprising to see these Yankees not producing either. 0-2 pitch on the way to Gehrig. Gehrig swings, and room service bounce over there to first. And going to the bag and taking that 3 unassisted is Von Hayes. So Gehrig can get going down the line there. A lot of people forget that Lou Gehrig stole home quite a few times. He was not a slow, lumbering guy for as big of a slugger as he was. Here's catcher Bill Dickey, one of the better batting averages, better starts here for the Yanks. He's 2 for 9. He's got a solo home run. All right, Simmons with 2 strikeouts in the game, 1 away in the 0-2 pitch, lefty-lefty matchup. Bill Dickey swings this one high and this one deep and open the window, Aunt Minnie, and a swing of the bat. And the New York Yankees tied up here in the bottom of the second as Bill Dickey goes yard on Kurt Simmons. Again, love that little homage there to the natural. Good job, guys. Let's look at that. Let's look at that dinger. This one 103 miles an hour, and Dickey going the opposite way on this one. And right down into the bullpen. All right, 1-1 your score. And here comes Charlie Keller. Here's a player that a lot of people don't talk about, but quite a capable player for the New York Yankees. Not showing that thus far this season, though. Just 1 for 11 with an RBI. All right, a lot of lefties in here against Kurt Simmons. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Keller swings. And this one tapped up the first base line. And Hayes will flip to Simmons for the 3-1 putout. So 2 away for Craig Nettles, 1 in here for the Yankees. Nettles with an RBI hitting .222, 2 for 9 overall. Here's the pitch. Nettles, first pitch swinging, fly ball out to right field, ranging over a bit to his left. And making the catch is Bobby Abreu. But the Yankees pick up a run on the Bill Dickey home run. 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the top of the third, and the Phillies and the Yankees are tied. Oh, Nathaniel, thank you for that, bud. All right, so we'll see the 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Phils. Curt Simmons, Sliding Billy Hamilton, and Jimmy Rollins. Simmons making his first plate appearance of the year. Guidry has the sign from Bill Dickey, and the 1-0 delivery on the way. And Simmons pops this one way, way, way up high, out into shallow center, and calling everybody off and making the catch is one Mr. Willie Randolph. So 1 away now, back at the top of the order. Sliding Billy, nothing for 1. 1-1 delivery on the way. Hamilton swings, and this one, little bloop to short, and the scooter has it. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Phillies in the top of the third inning. It brings up Jimmy Rollins, who's nothing for 1. Grounded out to third his last time up. And Rollins, a little bloop job. Oh, over second base and into center field. So tomorrow in the Philadelphia Inquirer, that's going to read like a frozen rope, but just a little bloop at Rollins. Excellent speed on at first. And here's Ed Delahanty now. He is nothing for 1. So each team tied all the way across the board there. You can see in the line. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Delahanty creams this one, but it is not deep enough. Babe Ruth back just short of the track makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We head to the home half of the third inning here at Yankee Stadium, and we are knotted at 1. Cousin Ken Castro joining us here for our usual Saturday nights, whatever it is we do here. Welcome in, cuz I've been away the whole week, kind of doing some other stuff. So he goes, let's go fighting Phils. All right. So Ron Guidry, Willie Randolph, Phil Rizzuto will try to put a tally on the board here for the Yanks. We're tied at 1 here. Guidry making his first plate appearance. 1-1 delivery on the way from Curt Simmons. Guidry swings, fly ball out to center field. And Sliding Billy Hamilton, covering a little bit of ground there, makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down, back at the top of the order for Willie Randolph. So Dwayne having to disagree with Ken on the Phils tonight. 0-2 pitch on the way to Willie Randolph. Oh, Randolph, big swing and a miss. Nice fastball there by Curt Simmons. He picks up strikeout number 3. And here's the scooter. So Rizzuto, nothing for 1. 1-2 pitch on the way. Rizzuto swings, and this one, seeing eye single pass short into left field. So the Yankees pick up their third base knock here with 2 down. Rizzuto, decent speed at first, and here comes the Bambino, who is 1 for 1. 1-2 pitch to Ruth. Big swing and a miss. Babe Ruth was swinging for whatever that building is out there, that iconic building beyond Yankee Stadium. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We head to the top of the 4th inning, and the Phillies and Yankees tied at 1 run apiece. Jack Clements, Mike Schmidt, and Bobby Abreu due up. Clements, nothing for 1 in the game. Ron Guidry with 2 strikeouts and a free pass in this game. A 1 pitch on the way. Clements cuts on this one, and wow, that was that almost could have been just thrown to Gehrig, who feeds it on to Guidry, covering it for the 3-1 putout. So 1 up, 1 down now for Michael Jack Schmidt. He is 1 for 1. So none of the big sluggers between these 2 teams. Gehrig with the home run in this season. Bill Dickey actually is hit number 2. So all right, count full on Schmitty. And Michael Jack Schmidt swinging at a fastball there. Beautiful pitch by Ron Guidry to pick up his 3rd strikeout. So 2 down here in the Phillies' 4th, and brings up Bobby Abreu. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on by Abreu. This one could be a gapper into right. It's going to get down and off the wall for extra bases. And Abreu is going to slide in with a 2-out, 2-baser. All right. Here we go. So Dwayne meant to tell you earlier, located his first Apple cards in the process of putting them into teams. Got a copy of the Master Symbols for 1968. See what type of project to do. Awesome stuff. All right. So the Phillies trying to mount a little threat here in the top of the fourth inning. Bobby Abreu in scoring position with that 2-out double. Brings up Chase Utley now. Chase Utley with an RBI in this game. 0-1 delivery on the way. And Utley drills this one up the middle. This is going to get down for a base hit. And Utley's going to have himself, well, kind of hard to call that one an RBI. We'll see what they do because that looks like an error. Yep, score that one. E8, the Yankee Clipper. The Yankee Clipper with a bad throw. But they're saying that Utley knocked one in with a single, but still an E8. And the Phillies go ahead 2-1. All right, here's Von Hayes now. Von Hayes, nothing for one. 3-1 pitch. Von Hayes taken inside for ball four. So Guidry's fastball missing there. Might have been a little four-seam action there. And here's Kurt Simmons, nothing for one. 2-1 for the Phils, 2 out, 1 in. 0-1 pitch. And Simmons sends this one high. Fly ball, center field. And camping under it and making the catch is DiMaggio. But the Phillies pick up a run on 2 hits. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Phillies over the Yankees 2-1. So Ken says 57-year-old card, small typeface. You just need longer arms, cuz, right? All right, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, and Bill Dickey here to bat in the bottom of the fourth for Dwayne's Bronx Bombers. DiMaggio in the game 0 for 1. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And DiMaggio, this one a no-doubter over first base into right field. DiMaggio will hold it first. And it brings up the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig, nothing for 1. DiMaggio, decent lead off of first, the 0-2 pitch. Gehrig, late swing on that one. I think he got fooled on the hammer there by Kurt Simmons, who picks up his 5th K of the game. And here's Bill Dickey. Went yard his last time up, so 1 away. Charlie Keller waits on deck. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and the runner is off to the races. The throw down not in time. Joe DiMaggio picking up the stolen base. So the Yankee Clipper will pick his spots. Bill Dickey now back in there. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Dickey swings. This one will stay in the yard, but it will be a base hit center field. DiMaggio coming around to score as the throw hits the cutoff man. Throw goes offline up the third base side. And just like that, the Yankees answer. So each time the Phillies have taken the lead, the Yankees have answered in the bottom half of the inning. 2-2. We got us a good one going on here, gents. All right, Charlie Keller in there now. And Keller's nothing for 1. Bill Dickey on it first, 1 away. Simmons with a check of the runner looks home, the 3-0 pitch. And this one missing just off the corner. So the sort of intentional walk. And that brings up Craig Nettles now. Nettles, nothing for 1. 2-1. And Nettles drills this one to left, sinking liner, but Ed Delahanty anticipating that one right off the crack of the bat. Makes the nice catch and left. Runners do not advance. 2 down now for Ron Guidry. Nothing for 1. Guidry ahead 2-0 on this one. Fly ball out into center field, and coming in on it is Billy Hamilton to make the catch. But the New York Yankees pick up a run on 1 run and 2 left on, I should say. And it's 2 each. We go to the top of the 5th now and back of the top of the order. Sliding Billy Hamilton, Jimmy Rollins, and Ed Delahanty do up for the Fightin' Phils. Guidry with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks through 4 innings of work here. Chilly night here in the Big Apple. All right, Dickey with the signs. Guidry has one he likes, the lefty to deal. 2-2 pitch on the way. And Sliding Billy looks at a called strike 3. So Guidry living on the fastball there. That's his 4th strikeout. Jimmy Rollins now settles into the batter's box. And the 3-1 pitch to Rollins. Rollins swings. And this one, fly ball out into medium deep center field. No problem for the Yankee Clipper. 2 Phillies up, 2 Phillies down for number 3 hitter Ed Delahanty. He's now sporting an 0 for 2 in this game. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Delahanty drills this one into left field. This could be extra bases. Let's see. Nope, Delahanty's going to hold at first. So good play out there by Charlie Keller, getting to that ball and getting it in quickly. Here's Jack Clemens now, 0-2. So somebody made a Jimi Hendrix reference. Who made that Jimi Hendrix reference? There we go. Von Purple Hayes telling first baseman, I'm coming to get you. There you go. The great Jimi Hendrix. All right. So Tim coming in here and once again channeling his own unique Chris Berman, we might say. All right. Here we go. 2-2 pitch on the way to Clemens. And Jack Clemens swings right through the slider. So the Phillies get a hit. They strand one. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Philadelphia 2 and the Yanks 2. Top of the order for the Bombers and Willie Randolph, Phil Rizzuto, and Babe Ruth. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday night, guys. Jack Clemens sets up. Kurt Simmons comes home. The 0-1 pitch. Willie Randolph tapped to short. And just a little double pump there by Jimmy Rollins and fires on to Von Hayes. Score that one 6-3, 1 up, 1 down. Here's the scooter. Rizzuto 1 for 2 in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rizzuto swings, and that's going to be a little dumper into right field. So old Phil on his way to the money store there at first base. And here's Babe Ruth, 1 for 2. The big galoot from Baltimore in the box. Count full. And Babe Ruth chases one outside the strike zone. And Kurt Simmons picks up a big one there. Strikeout number 6. Doesn't get any better, though, with DiMaggio in the box and Lou Gehrig on deck. Yankee Clipper 1 for 2 today. Phil Rizzuto on at first. Count full on DiMaggio. DiMaggio takes low. Ball 4. So fastball missing by Simmons. So 2-1 for the Yankees. And here's Lou Gehrig. 0 for 2. Count full on Gehrig. Struck out his last time up. And this one's going to be a routine fly ball. Medium center. And Sliding Billy has it for the final out. The Yankees get a hit and a walk, and that's it. They strand 2. Go to the top of the 6th inning. And we are still knotted at 2. And Ken says he has all the vinyl for Jimi Hendrix. All right, Michael Jack Schmidt, Bobby Abreu, Chase Utley, due up. Ron Guidry with 5 strikeouts in the game, 2 walks. 2-2 pitch on the way to Mike Schmidt. Swing and a miss by Mike Schmidt. That time a little change-up to action by Guidry for strikeout number 6. And here comes Abreu now. Abreu 1 for 1 in the game. 1-2 pitch, doubled back in the 4th. And Abreu swings. Liner right to first base in the Iron Horse. Snares it. So 2 up, 2 down now. Chase Utley 1 for 2. Utley with 2 RBI in this game. And here is the wind and the pitch. And Utley swings, and this one's going to get in the corner. Extra bases. Utley on his way to second. And Utley's going for 3. Utley going for 3. And the head first slide tag not in time. Triple for Chase Utley, who's having himself a whale of a day here for the Phils. Responsible for both Phillies' runs. And here is Von Purple Hayes. Hayes 0 for 1. Looking to get Chase in here. And they are going to walk Von Hayes to get to the pitcher spots. And they are not going to be able to do that because Roy Thomas will come in as a pinch hitter. He's 0 for 3. So Kurt Simmons' day is done. So the job for Roy Thomas, knock at least 1 in with 2 down. 1-1 pitch on the way. Thomas, snap throw down to first. Hayes just back in time. Quick release there by Bill Dickey. They almost had Von Hayes. All right, we'll rewind it again. 1-2 pitch. And Thomas skies this one into shallow left, and it'll eventually come down into the glove of Phil Rizzuto. The Phillies waste an opportunity, leaving 2 at the corners. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Yankees and Phillies tied Utley, $209 to take a photo with him at a Philly area card show. Fuck off. How about it? All right, Bill Dickey, Charlie Keller, and Greg Nettles due up. Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, Chase, but oh my God, $200, $209. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Redonkulous, whatever you want to say. All right, Bill Dickey having a good day at the plate here for the Yankees. He's 2 for 2. Home run, 2 runs batted in for him. Tug McGraw. Here we go. He of the frozen ice ball theory will come on now in relief. So Kurt Simmons out of the game. Tugster ready to go. We have a little bit of rain beginning to fall here in the Bronx. And the rain delay is over. They're rolling back the tarp. And here's the pitch. And Bill Dickey continues his hitting ways. Another single. So 2 singles and a home run for the Yankee catcher. So here we go. Here comes Charlie Keller now. Nothing for 1. 1-2 pitch. And Keller swings. And this one's going to get past third into left field. And going for 3. And holding right there is Bill Dickey. So Bill Dickey came here to play some baseball today. Charlie Keller with the double. And Alex Rodriguez now comes in as a pinch hitter. He's 1 for 2 in the season with a home run. So the Yankees threatening with nobody out and 2 in scoring position. Bill Dickey at third and Charlie Keller at second. Count full on A-Rod. And he will take ball 4. Tug McGraw in some trouble here. Nathaniel says, hey, David Lando, welcome in, bud. Welcome in, man. So Nathaniel saying, I heard Utley was not a great human, but a good ball player. He was indeed a good ball player. But $209, yeah, stuff it, dude. And here he is, the man that Dwayne has been waiting for, his favorite center fielder of all time in baseball, Mickey Mantle. So with DiMaggio in this team, Mantle not getting a ton of playing time. Mantle just 0 for 1. So we might mess around with this Yankees lineup, Dwayne, if you want at some point, and try to get Mickey in somewhere in this, so he gets more playing time. All right, the Mick batting righty against McGraw. Dickey at third, Keller at second, and Alex Rodriguez at first. And Tug McGraw is in a world of hurt right now. 3-2 pitch to the Mick.
Strike 3.
Mantle looks at called strike 3. I don't know where Tug McGraw dug that one deep from the back pocket. Big strikeout. Back at the top of the order now for Willie Randolph, who was nothing for 3. Dealing with a bases loaded situation, Phillies have the infield in, looking to cut off the run at home. 2-2 pitch. And Willie Randolph, base hit into center field. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Randolph. And the Yankees now take a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Dwayne says that he would move Ruth to left, put the Mick in right, and DiMaggio in center. Well, we can do that. We'll do that. We can even after the game. We can do that after the game. So that's for anybody whose teams are on here when we're doing this and they want to see some changes to the lineups and all that. So we'll do that. Ruth left, Mick right, and DiMaggio center. That's a crazy outfield. How about it? All right, Willie Randolph on at first. Not a lot of wheels from the Yankees, but Randolph one of them. And here's Rizzuto. Phillip here is 2 for 3 in the game. And Ken Giles comes in to pitch for Philadelphia and promptly gives up the line drive base hit. And Rizzuto's going to have himself an RBI. The Yankees pulling away here in the bottom of the 6th. It's now 5-2, and the Yankees with their 10th hit of the game. All right. So Tug McGraw did not last long in this game. Loaded him up, and, here's Babe Ruth batting with 1 out. Ruth is 1 for 3, has yet to homer in the season. 1-2 pitch on the way. And the Sultan of SWAT is the Sultan of strike 3. So nice high fastball there by Ken Giles to challenge Ruth, picking up his first strikeout. 2 down now for the Yankee Clipper, who's 1 for 2. Count 3-1. DiMaggio, good eye up there. And once again, the Yankees load the bases. So the Phillies here down 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes Lou Gehrig, who's nothing for 3. So Ruth and Gehrig have been quiet in this game. Bill Dickey raising all kinds of hell, though. And he's up next. Here's the pitch. Gehrig swings, fly ball, center field, and galloping a little bit on the proverbial horse. Sliding Billy Hamilton to end the inning. Could have been a lot worse. The Yankees leave them loaded, but they do bat around, and they plate 3. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The New York Yankees leading the Philadelphia Phillies here in the Mets League 5-2. Yeah, I think he has. Let's look at the box score. Let's look at the box score, Mr. Martz. And let's see what's going on here. So Mr. Ruth has indeed struck out 3 times in this game. Yep. All right. Sliding Billy Hamilton. All right, and who do we got? We got David Robertson on now for the Yanks with a 3-run lead here in the top of the 7th. It'd be Sliding Billy, Jimmy Rollins, and Ed Delahanty. So I'm going to do something here really quickly that we haven't done in a long time. A long time. And it's time. I think it is, or at least to get ready for it. So, oh my goodness. That's right. I'm lifting something very heavy. Yeah, very heavy. And I don't think this is, it's been a while since we've done this. So guys, just give me a second here. If you will, I'd appreciate it, perspicate it, and perspirate it. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to channel my inner Dizzy Dean in case anybody's wondering. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. So someday I'm going to learn the Roman alphabet, I promise. I promise. All right. Let me see. All right. So, gentlemen, a couple people have been asking me throughout past broadcasts if I would start, return to reading about players, telling you a bit about players. So tonight we're going to feature the man at the plate, Sliding Billy Hamilton. So here we go. Let's learn a little bit about Hall of Famer Sliding Billy Hamilton. All right, guys? All right. So using the rare combination of the ability to get on base and speed to steal once there, Billy Hamilton scored a Major League record 192 runs for the 1894 Philadelphia Phillies. It was one of 4 seasons in which he led the National League in runs scored. During his 14-year career, Hamilton led the National League 5 times in bases on balls, 5 times in on-base percentage, and twice in batting average, with the record augmented by 912 career stolen bases, including 5 base-stealing titles and 3 consecutive 100-plus steal seasons. He compiled the highest ratio of runs scored to games played, 1.06 in Major League history. Hamilton also holds the 4th highest career total average in Major League history behind John McGraw, Ted Williams, and Babe Ruth. Nicknamed Sliding Billy, the slight 5'6" outfielder was fearless in the base paths, often colliding with larger men. Playing for the Phillies against the Baltimore Orioles in September 1894, he collided with particular force against the opposing catcher, 250-pound Wilbert Robinson. An account of the incident stated that after being trampled on and severely stunned by Huey Jennings at second base, Hamilton made a grand run for home on Bobby Lowe's single, collided with Baltimore's fleshy backstop, and falling heavily, pluckily crawled toward the base, almost fainting as he touched it. He finished the 1894 season with a .404 batting average after hitting in 46 consecutive games. His league-leading .523 on-base percentage is the 6th best single-season percentage on record. Traded to the Boston Beat Eaters after the 1895 season for Billy Nash, Hamilton rejected a large contract offer to skip to the American League Boston team and remained with the Beaneaters through 1901. After he retired for the majors, Hamilton played both in the New England and the Tri-State Leagues through 1910. In 1909, at age 45, he led the New England League in batting with a .332 average. He went on to manage in Fall River, Springfield, and Worcester, where he owned a piece of the team and also scouted for the Red Sox. In 1937, Hamilton contacted the Sporting News after he'd been mentioned in an article. "I'll have you know, sir," he wrote, "that I was and will be the greatest stealer of all times. I did stole," spelling incorrect, "over 100 bases on," spelling incorrect, "many years, and if they ever recount the record, I would get my just reward." So Slidin' Billy Hamilton was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1961. So in 1,591 games, 6,269 at-bats, 1,691 scored, 2,159 hits, 40 home runs, 739 RBI, a career on-base percentage of .455, slugging .432, and a career batting average of .344. That is the story of William Robert Hamilton, known as Slidin' Billy. He was born on the 16th of February, 1866 in Newark, New Jersey, and died on the 16th of December in 1940. So there you go, guys. That from the Biographical Encyclopedia of Baseball and Slidin' Billy Hamilton. Sean, how you doing, Sean? To say Aspo, Slidin' Billy Hamilton. He says, "Boy, I'll tell you what, they just don't name him like they used to. How about it? How about it?" All right, and so there we go. That's the first one of those we've done in a long time, and I miss doing those. I really do. So, and I usually don't pick a Hall of Famer, but 19th century guys need to get more love around here. Around here. All right, here's Slidin' Billy now to lead it off. Slidin' Billy, nothing for 3 in the game. Billy off to a good start, though. He is 6 for 15 with 3 RBI, including a home run. 1-1 pitch on the way from David Robertson on relief. Slidin' Billy swings. Will this one get down for a base hit? It will. So now you've got some serious speed on first. Philly's trying to get something manufactured here in the top of the 7th inning as Jimmy Rollins tries to the plate. The number 2 hitter for the Phillies is 1 for 3 on the day. Hamilton, an aggressive lead off first. And here's the pitch. Runner does not go. And this one dumped into left, base hit. Here come the Phils. So hit number 8 for Philadelphia, 2-1. Nobody out for Ed Delahanty, who was nothing for 1. So David Robertson creating a little barrel pickles here, and Delahanty just needs to poke it somewhere. Speed on the base paths in these 2 ducks in the pond for the Phillies. 1-0 pitch on the way. Delahanty swings, grounder to third, and this will be a 5, 4, and 3 double play. Wow, the Yankees turned 2. Huge double play there. So Rodriguez to Randolph to Gehrig. And that hurts. So here's Jack Clemens now. He has nothing for 3. 2-1 pitch on the way to Clemens. Clemens swings. Hard ground ball to second. And up with that and has all day to do it is Willie Randolph for the final out of the inning. So the Phillies, the victim of the twin killing. 7th inning stretch time here at Yankee Stadium. And it's the Yankees 5 and the Philadelphia Phillies 2. Take a little slug of a beverage here. Hope you guys are enjoying tonight's game. If you guys want to do a little bit of a chin waggle, let me know. I'll pop the old link in the chat. If not, we'll just keep on going for a little while. This game, we're 49 minutes into this. Again, please check out Legend Sports Universe, Dwayne Mart's YouTube network as well. Good stuff. All right, so Digital Diamond, Samuel Smith, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you, bud. So Digital Diamond 13 moved up a month now. So April 14th, so it's going to be released when baseball season is about, 2.5 weeks in. So looking forward to it. It's going to be excellent. Can't wait. You'll be seeing a lot more of that on here. Played as a status pro type game, but nonetheless, love it, love it, love it. So this way, at least I'll be working with it on something I'm a little bit more familiar with. All right, here is Bill Dickey. What a day is Bill Dickey having? He is 3 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs batted in for the Yanks. So it's going to be Dickey, Keller, and A-Rod who stays in the game to play third, which I didn't notice. Jack Clemens with the sign, and the Philadelphia Phillies are going to allow Ken Giles to stay on. Interesting choice, because let's see who the Phillies have hanging out here. I'm not going to make any changes. I'm just really, really curious about the bullpen here. So this is not the strongest. They got a good starting rotation, obviously, but not terribly strong in the bullpen department. I mean, Tug McGraw just got kind of not such a good job for him. So, all right, back to it. And here is Bill Dickey. Count full on Dickey. 3 for 3 in a day. Dickey swings, fly ball center field, ranging to his right and in a little bit is sliding Billy Hamilton, our featured player of this broadcast. So first time Dickey is not on base. 1 away now for Charlie Keller. Charlie Keller has a hit in 2 tries. All right, the lefty left fielder for the Bronxers in the box now, and the 1-1 pitch. Doubled back in the 6th. Keller swings. Oh, 2-hopper to second, and this one bobbled by the man who charges $209 for a photo. Chase Utley muffed it. So score that one E4, first error for the Phillies, and Keller is aboard for A-Rod. A-Rod came in as a pinch hitter, staying in the game. 2-2 pitch now to Rodriguez. Walked his last time, but swings right through a slider here by Ken Giles, who picks up strikeout number 2. Here's Derek Jeter now. Jeter 0 for 1. Again, Jeter not getting a lot of playing time either for the Yanks. Maybe I don't imagine Dwayne Martz wants to take Rizzuto out and put Jeter in, but we'll see what he says about shortstop here for the Yankees. As Giles deals the 2-1 pitch, and Jeter sends a sinking little bloop job there into center, and going to third is Charlie Keller, and he is safe. So on the play, Derek Jeter moves to second. New York with 11 hits now. 2 in scoring position, but 2 away. Back at the top of the order, Willie Randolph. He is 1 for 2. 2 RBI. 2-2 pitch from the stretch. Giles delivers. Big swing and a miss. Big strikeout. Nice curveball there. So the Yankees strand 2 in scoring position, baseball fans. We go to the top of the 8th inning. New York Yankees 5 and the Philadelphia Phillies 2. Michael Jack Schmidt, Bobby Abreu, and Chase Utley due up. He said, so Dwayne says, keep the money store going. Absolutely. So Status Pro Advanced Engine. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about that one, Samuel. Really, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun to do that. Hey, the Goose is on the bump now for the Yanks, guys. So Gossage has just worked 1/3 of an inning in this season. All right. So the greatest third baseman of all time, 1 for 3. Count full. Gossage deals to Schmidt. Mike Schmidt, knee buckler there. Fastball coming in from the Goose. So there's a punch out, and here's Bobby Abreu now. He is 1 for 2. Count even on Abreu. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and look at that one, huh? Called strike 3. Gossage bringing the changeup. Strikeout number 2. All right, here's Chase Utley having a good day at the plate. 2 for 3, 2 RBI. 1-1 pitch on the way. Utley with that triple back in the 6th. And this one just a tapper up the first baseline. Gehrig will take it to the bag himself. The Phils go in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. New York Yankees still lead the Phillies 5-2. Phil Rizzuto, Babe Ruth, and Joe DiMaggio due up. Agreed on Michael Jack Schmidt. How about it? Ken Castro says, Just for reference, at the same show, photo op with Wade Boggs and Andre Dawson, $79 each, and Steve Garvey, $59. And Chase Utley wanted $209. Wow. I would say, I mean, come on, Boggs and Dawson. I mean, I don't know, maybe Chase, whatever. That's just unbelievable, man. All right, here we go. So Dwayne should be happy here as the Scooter's gone 3 for 4 today with a run batted in. All right, Jack Bouchin on now for the Phils. Worked a third of an inning in relief thus far. And it is raining again here. And this rain delay lasted 22 minutes. They're pulling the tarp back here in the Bronx. And we're ready to go. 2-1 pitch on the way to the Scooter. Rizzuto swings, fly ball. Center field. This one's got some distance off the wall. Rizzuto is going to have himself a leadoff double. Yankees with their 12th hit in the game. Oh, my goodness. All right. So here comes Babe Ruth, who is 1 for 4. 1-0 pitch on the way to Mr. Ruth. Grounder to first and 2 steps to first. Von Hayes on the play. Rizzuto moves to third, 1 away, and here's the Yankee Clipper, 1 for 2. Rather pay lefty. How about it? Cousin Ken says this game is rigged. Bottom of the 8th. Here we go. DiMaggio walked his last time up and based it up the middle. DiMaggio with an RBI single. And you can pretty much stick a fork in this one, I'd say now. Phillies were playing the Yanks pretty tough here, but that 3-run 6th. And then, of course, the Yankees tacking on 1 here in the 8th. It is now 6-2. The Yankees with 13 hits in the game. And here's Lou Gehrig. So Gehrig, nothing for 4. Bouchin has the sign from Jack Clemens. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gehrig goes the other way, but this will stay in the yard. Ranging toward the line and making the catch is Ed Delahanty for out number 2. Yankee Clipper gets back to first. And here's Bill Dickey. Again, just raising all kinds of hell today. 3 for 4, a home run, 2 runs batted in. I think you're looking at the player of the game there in the Yankees catcher. Here's the pitch. And Dickey, first pitch swinging, slow grounder to second, and Chase Utley will go to first for the 4-3 putout. We go to the top of the 9th. Phillies need to make up 4 runs here, and it's the bottom of the order. Von Hayes will probably see a pinch hitter for Jack Bouchin, and then back at the top of the order and sliding Billy Hamilton. Hayes nothing for 1 in the game, and Hayes nothing for 2 on the season. 2-2 pitch on the way. Von Hayes didn't even move the bat. Fastball there by Mr. Gossage for punch out number 3. And here comes Sherry McGee. Sherry McGee into pinch hit now. He is 2 for 9 in the season with 2 runs batted in, hitting a cozy 222. 1-2 pitch on the way to Mr. McGee. Sherry McGee looking at the slider, so nobody even moving the bat against the Goose. 4th strikeout, and it's up to our featured player of the broadcast, or at least of this game, sliding Billy Hamilton, batting with 2 down here in the top of the 9th. And the pitch from Goose Gossage. And fly ball center field. This should be your ball game. Indeed it does, as the Yankee Clipper brings it down. Let's look at our game recap now. All right, the 6-2 New York win over Philadelphia was due largely to Bill Dickey. So there's your player of the game, guys. Yankees catcher went 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 singles while scoring 2 and driving in 2. Gossage earned his first save after closing out the game. The defeat makes Philadelphia 1 win, 3 losses. New York took control in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out and the bases loaded. Willie Randolph hit a 2-run single to make it 4-2. So the line for the New York Yankees, who improved to 2 wins and 2 losses, 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. For the Philadelphia Phillies, who fall to 1-3, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. It was a good competitive ball game until that bottom of the 6th. So the only home run in this game was Bill Dickey. We did have a triple by Chase Utley. Michael Jack Schmidt and Bobby Abreu each with stolen bases for the Philadelphia Phillies. Joe DiMaggio had a steal for the Yanks. Chase Utley errored for the Phils, and DiMaggio for the Yankees. One double play turned. Rodriguez, Randolph to Gehrig. Looking at the pitching now. First for Philadelphia, Kurt Simmons went 5. 2 earned runs, walked 2, struck out 6, gave up a home run. Tug McGraw, my goodness, worked a third of an inning and gave up 3 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 1, and an ERA that might as well be infinity. So 81 ERA. Ken Giles worked 1 1/3, walked 1, struck out 2. Jack Baldwin worked 1 1/3 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, and struck out 1. So Tug McGraw gets the loss. An absolutely abysmal performance by Tug. For the New York Yankees, Ron Guidry gets the win. He went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 6. Robertson came on. David Robertson worked an inning in relief, and then Goose Gossage comes in, picks up the save with 2 innings pitched and 4 strikeouts. And indeed, your player of the game is Bill Dickey. We had a couple rain delays, and there we go. So we had a 22-minute rain delay in the 8th inning, in which we could have had our baseball chinwag. All right. So fun stuff. Fun stuff there in this Miss League. Let's go ahead and fix the New York Yankees. Let's do that. So let's act as the New York Yankees. Or no, I'm going to apply for a job as the New York Yankees. That's the only way I can do this. God, I'm going to be a Yankees manager for a minute. Okay, there we go. Whoop. I'm now a Yankees manager. Look at me, baby. All right, Yankees home screen. Let's look at our graphical depth chart, and let's make some changes here. Let's make some changes according to the redoubtable Mr. Okay, so we're going to move Babe Ruth to left. We're going to put Mickey Mantle, I guess, in right field. Where are you, Mick? Mickey Mantle, going to go over here and play right field. Joe DiMaggio in center. Mickey Mantle will play for Joe DiMaggio if DiMaggio's tired. Charlie Keller, backup left fielder for Babe Ruth. And Bernie Williams over there and right. And, of course, Earl Combs is probably never going to get any playing time in center, which is too bad. But there you go. All right. So Jeter probably, I don't know, maybe he'll get in a game or two. So there's your defense for the or the depth chart, whatever, for the New York Yankees. Oh, you're welcome, Sean. Hey, take care, bud. Thanks for coming in. Always appreciate you guys. All right. Doesn't seem like a baseball chinwag night. So, will it be a good night? Nobody struck out the side. There we go. Yeah, you're welcome, Dwayne. You guys think you going to do a game tonight or what, bud? It's not too terribly late. You and I are in the same time zone. It's 12:55. 12:55. Now I got to take back my job with the Pittsburgh Pirates. So there we go. I'm just jumping all over the damn place. Why not? As manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So again, guys, when you're playing commissioner mode and you if you want to make changes like that in out of the park baseball, you can't just act as. You actually have to be the manager to do things like graphical depth charts and bringing players up, down, switching positions, whatever. If you didn't know about that out of the park baseball, now you do. Aaron Reed is here at the ballpark. We got 17 people here. I'm damn tempted to do another game, so I think I will. Because what else am I going to do? Go play No Man's Sky or something? I don't know. Let me see. What do we got left on this day, if anything looks exciting here? Well, we got some American League action. Tigers and Astros. Mickey Lawlich versus Mike Scott. That could be fun. Orioles Rangers. We're just going to auto-play that one right now. And the Orioles all over the Rangers, 8-2. Jim Palmer gets the win. Lewis with the loss. Cal Ripken Jr. and Brian Roberts with home runs for the the Baltimore Orioles in that one. Angels Mariners. We're just going to quick play that one. 5-2. This one in favor of the Angels. Finley with the win. Langston with the loss. Donnelly with the save. Edgar Martinez with a home run for the Mariners. Blue Jays Royals. Dave Stieb and Dennis Leonard. That could be kind of fun, but we're just going to quick play that one as well. Blue Jays edge the Royals 3-2 in this one. Dave Stieb gets the win. Leonard with the loss. Hey, there we go. Here's somebody haven't done. Mike Timlin picking up the save, and your player of the game is Dave Stieb. Home runs. Lorenzo Cain for the Royals and Jesse Barfield for Toronto. Giants and White Sox. I'm going to be nice to Dwayne and not do a Giants game. So this is going to be Amos Russi, Mark Burley. And let's just quick play that one. And the White Sox defeat the Giants 8-3. And home runs flying all over the place in this one. So Willie Mays and Art Fletcher for the Giants. Fielder Jones, Robin Ventura, and Eddie Collins for the White Sox. Wow. So Hoyt Wilhelm gets the win. Amos Russi takes the loss. Player of the game, Eddie Collins, had 3 home runs in that game. Wow. How about that? Good stuff. Pirates and Red Sox. We may do Pirates and Red Sox, actually. I'm thinking. Don't get to see too many Pirate games on here. If you guys are up for another one. You thought it was going to keep us up to watch the time change. Yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know if I'll make it the next, hour? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, hour. It's going to be weird. It's going to go from what? As soon as the thing hits 2 o'clock, it's going to throw. I always hate this time. Lose an hour of sleep. It's not fair. All right, you guys got your choice. Either Tigers, Astros, or Pirates and Red Sox, or we just finish out this game and we look at the matchups for the next day. Let's do that. Let's just do that. All right, so Tigers, Astros. Tigers edge the Astros 5-4. Hiller with the win, Smith with the loss. Hernandez gets the save. And player of the game is the great Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb hits a home run, so does Alan Treadmill. And the last game on this day, oh no, we got 2. No, just 1. 2. So, we got a Braves game, damn it. Braves and Cardinals, Warren Spahn against Adam Wainwright. Oh, yeah, we'll play that one. Let's auto-play the Pirates and Red Sox. All right, and the Red Sox all over the Pirates, 8-2. Andrew McCutcheon, Pie Trainer with home runs for the Pirates, but those were the only 2 runs. Harry Hooper, Dustin Pedroia, and Rico Petrocelli each homered for the Red Sox in this game. Cy Young got the win. Bednar with the loss. Your player of the game is Cy Young. All right, so I guess we're going to do another National League game. So sorry, American League fans. But we got to play some Braves here. All right, let's do this. Braves getting featured tonight on Legends channel and now here. The Braves and the Cards. Oh, and he already said do Pirates, Red Sox, and already zapped him. Yeah, we've done crazier things. How about it? 6 or 7 hours, and we created a league one night, says Dwayne. We certainly did. Wasn't that fun? If anybody wants to come on, or whatever, just to kind of say hi. So I guess we're not going to do an official chin wag tonight, but we'll at least do this. This was I am so knackered from this week. It's not even funny. All right, this should be a pretty good matchup here. 2 great old franchises here, the Braves and the Cardinals. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Hank Aaron. No, there he is. Okay, Hank Aaron not getting the start. All right, here we go. So, for the visiting Braves, leading off in center field, Hugh Duffy, batting second in right field, Hank Aaron. Batting third in left field, Tommy Holmes. In the cleanup spot at first base, Freddie Freeman. Batting fifth at the hot corner, Chipper Jones. Batting sixth and catching, Joe Torre. Batting seventh, shortstop Herman Long. Batting eighth at second base, Bobby Lowe. And pitching and batting ninth, Warren Spahn, who pitched in the Legends game earlier. So hopefully Warren's not too tired here. For the hometown, St. Louis Cardinals leading off at first base. Albert Pujols batting second in left field. Ducky Joe Medwick batting third at second base. The Raja, Rogers Hornsby. Batting a cleanup spot, right fielder from Denora, PA, Stan Musial. Batting fifth and catching, Yadier Molina. Batting sixth in center field, Jim Edmonds. Batting seventh at the hot corner, Ken Boyer. Batting eighth at shortstop, none other than the Wizard of Oz. And pitching and batting ninth, Adam Wainwright. So we have 28,419 here at Busch Stadium. Clear skies, 48 degrees. Wind blowing in from center, 6 miles per hour. So let's go to St. Louis, Louis. That was a fun night that we did that. I had hell of a good time with that. And we're sort of like let's just like do this. And we did. All right. Looking at the starting defense here for the St. Louis Cardinals in left field, Joe Medwick. In center, Jim Edmonds. And right, Stan Musial. Albert Pujols at first, Hornsby at second, Ozzie Smith doing the somersault out there at short, and Ken Boyer, hard-hitting third baseman at third. Yadier Molina is behind the plate, and Adam Wainwright will face Hugh Duffy, Hank Aaron, and Tommy Holmes to start things off here. In St. Louis, let's do our little drone fly around here of Busch Stadium. Nice ballpark, not as nice as PNC, but pretty good. Pretty good ballpark. Here we go. Hugh Duffy swings on the first pitch. Routine fly ball out there to center. Tracking it down is Jim Edmonds. So one away now for Hammer and Hank Aaron. Aaron off to a 2-for-10 start with a run batted in. Wainwright has a sign from Yachty. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hank Aaron swings. Fly ball. Shallow center. Jim Edmonds once again on his horse. Didn't have time to give it any oats. 2 up, 2 down, and here's Tommy Holmes now. Tommy Holmes off to a 3-for-12 start. Lefty in there against Adam Wainwright, who has the sign from Yadier Molina. The wind in the 1-1 pitch to Holmes. And weak little grounder to short. Holmes down the line, but they got him by a half a mile. So the Braves go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the first. See, Braves nothing. And the St. Louis Cardinals coming to bat, looking at the starting defense for these Braves. In left field, Tommy Holmes in center, Hugh Duffy. And in right, Hank Aaron. First base, Freddie Freeman. At second, Bobby Lowe. At short, Herman Long. At third base, Chipper Jones catching Joe Torre. And on the mound, Warren Spahn. Albert Pujols will lead things off, followed by Ducky Medwick and the Raja. Pujols has a home run and 2 RBI, but he is 1 for 11 to start the season. Lefty Spahn ready to deal now. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Pujols cuts on this one. And fly ball to right. And that one lands right in the glove of Hank Aaron. So one away for Ducky Medwick. Medwick hitting .250 with a home run, 3 runs batted in. Count full on Medwick. And Ducky swings. High pop fly. First base side, foul territory, and waiting, and it will be Joe Torre making the catch, calling off Freddie Freeman. So quickly 2 down now for Hornsby. Hornsby 5 for 9 in the season with 3 runs batted in. Hornsby, one of the great players, of course, straddling both the dead ball era and live ball. 2-0 pitch on the way from Spahn. Hornsby swings. And this one, little Texas League job into right field. How about that? So Hornsby aboard. And that will bring up Stan Musial hitting an even 300. All right, lefty-lefty matchup here. Spahn checks Hornsby at first, comes home with it. And this one, a little tapper, and going to beat it out here. How about it? There's going to be no chance coming down the line there to get Stan Musial. So the Cardinals with 2 on, 2 down for Yadier Molina. Molina with 2 RBI in the season. He is off to a 2-for-11 start. Hornsby at second, trailing him. Musial at first. No score, just underway here in St. Louis. Bottom of the first. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and this one drilled out to right field, back and short of the track. Hank Aaron racing back and makes the catch. So the St. Louis Cardinals strand 2. We go to the top of the second, and we are scoreless. Freddie Freeman, Chipper Jones, and Joe Torre due up for Dwayne Martz. This is Dwayne Martz night here on the channel. First the Yankees, now the Braves. Jeez. All right, Freddie Freeman off to a 273 start. And Adam Wainwright ready to go. The 1-1 pitch to Freeman. And the lefty cuts on this one, sinking little fly ball out there to center field. Jim Edmonds making all the plays out there in center. One away. Here's Chipper Jones hitting just 167. Does have a home run, and he's batted in 3. Count full on Jones. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. Wainwright coming with the gas there. So 2 down now for Joe Torre. Torre hitting just 167, a home run, 3 runs batted in for the Braves catcher. Bats from the right-hand side. 0-1 pitch to Torre on the way. Torre swings, and this one a little lazy fly ball, lofted to left and retrieved by Ducky Medwick. So 1, 2, 3 go the Braves, and we head to the bottom of the second. We are scoreless in St. Louis. Jim Edmonds, Ken Boyer, and Ozzie Smith due up, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Redbirds. Edmonds hitting 364 with 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. Warren Spahn has yet to fan anybody. 1-2 pitch on the way to the center fielder. Edmonds looks at a called strike 3, so there we go. Spahn coming with a slider and picks up his first punch out. All right, Ken Boyer now. He's hitting an even 300. No homers yet for Boyer. 0-2 pitch. Not going to be one this time either. So change up there by Mr. Spahn, and that's back-to-back strikeouts. Here's Ozzie. Do we get a good morning, good afternoon, good night trifecta? The Wizard off to a 273 start. He's batted in 2. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Ozzie Smith, little dribbler down there to third. Chipper Jones up and over to Freddie Freeman. So St. Louis does nada, nunca. We go to the top of the third, and we are knotted at nothing. Herman Long, Bobby Lowe, and Warren Spahn due up. Herman Long just 1 for 10. Wainwright with a punch out in 2 innings of work. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Herman Long swings at a cut fastball inside. Beautiful pitch there by Adam Wainwright to pick up his second strikeout as Bobby Lowe strides to the plate, off to a 1 for 7 start here. 1-0 pitch on the way. And Bobby Lowe swings to Hopper to second. Easily gloved by Hornsby, who fires on to Pujols for the 4-3 putout. All right, here's Warren Spahn, first plate appearance of the season. Count full on Spahn. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another fastball coming in there by Adam Wainwright. So the Atlanta Braves, or just the Braves, I should say, go quietly. We go to the home half of the third inning here in St. Louis, Missouri. No score. And it will be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, Adam Wainwright, Albert Pujols, and Ducky Medwick, due up here for St. Louis. Guys getting excited. Baseball season closing in. It is now the 10th of March, so we're getting close. I think it's a week. We're a week away or something like that. Somewhere around there. Also a week away from a most important feast day, St. Patrick's Day. I'm half Irish, half Italian. So then on March 19th is the Feast of St. Joseph, who's the patron saint of Italy. So too bad I don't have off work next week. I could get drunk for 2 saints. All right. Warren Spahn ready to work. And Adam Wainwright pops in the first little pitch there, a little tapper to short. Herman Long making the play. 1 up, 1 down, back at the top of the order now for Albert Pujols. 1-2 pitch. Pujols swings. This one a towering fly ball to left. Will it be deep enough? Open the window, Aunt Minnie. And Albert Pujols gets his money's worth here. Touch them all, Mr. Pujols. And St. Louis taking an early 1-0 lead over the Braves. Let's take another look at that one. As the sparks fall. 103 miles per hour exit velocity on this one. Yep, there was no doubt about it. All right. We're having fun, right, Nathaniel? We're having fun. All right. Here's Ducky Medwick. He is nothing for one. I want to replay the 1934 World Series on here because it can be a while before Dwayne gets to 1934. So we may just do that sometime. That was a fun World Series. We can do a lot of highlighting about it, especially if it goes to 7 games. Medwick had one. He had a fun time there out in left field, and Landis trying to get him out of the game and stuff. Pretty crazy. And that's back when they had glass soda bottles too, man. All right. Here's the lefty spawn to deal. And here's the pitch. Medwick, room service bounce over there to short by Herman Long. And that will take care of Ducky. So 2 down for Rogers Hornsby. 1 for 1 on the Raja. Singled his last time up. 1-0 pitch. Hornsby swings, sinking liner to right. And in on it quickly as Hank Aaron side retired. But St. Louis, with that big home run, we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Cardinals lead the Braves 1-0. Back at the top of the order for Dwayne's Braves will be Hugh Duffy, Hank Aaron, and Tommy Holmes. Duffy, nothing for 1 in the game. 1934 series, fun stuff. Yep, Dwayne does play full. He does them all. Rolls every game. He's a man's man, as guys in the Mafia would say. He's a man's man. 0-1 pitch to Duffy. Hard hit ground ball to third. Playing it on a hop there is Ken Boyer staying with the ball. Fires across the diamond for the 5-3 putout. Close play there for second. Picked up a few new subscribers or a few new members of the family this week. So to you guys, if you're out there, you catch us later. Thanks for joining in the fun. It's all about. Yes, that he is. He is a man's man. He's a man's man. All right, here's Hank Aaron now. Hammer and Hank is nothing for 1. 1 down here, 1-0. St. Louis leading the top of the 4th. And here is the pitch. Swung on, and ranging off to his left is going to be Ozzie Smith, making it look easy. So 2 down. So anybody else, that's a tough play. Ozzie Smith looks like he's just loading clothes into his dryer or something. All right, here's Tommy Holmes now. So the Braves might be looking at another 1-2-3. Full count. Holmes swings, popped high, third base side, and calling for it and gloving it for out number 3 is Ken Boyer. The Braves once again go in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0. St. Louis, and we stand Musial, Yadier Molina, and Jim Edmonds due up. Musial 1 for 1 in the game. Spahn has fanned 2. 2-2 pitch on the way to Musial. Here it comes. Singled his last time up, and this one very high. Fly ball to left, and the wind. This one fold me. This one out of here. Pardon me. I thought that was just a garden variety high fly ball, but this one out of here, baby. I'm gonna have to bring this camera angle in a little bit. Mr. Musial, master harmonica player, Hall of Fame baseball player from Denora, Pennsylvania, goes yard. And let's have another look here. Stan Musial just tears it up in any league he's in. And there she goes, 105.6 miles per hour. And landed right in that guy's special area. So he'll be able to sing some Russian Triumph tonight, if he so chooses. If he goes to a karaoke bar after the game, what a place to get hit by a baseball. All right, here's Yadier Molina. He's nothing for 1 here. St. Louis scoring 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. 2-0 your score. Warren Spahn rears and deals. 0-1 pitch to Molina. Molina swings. Room service bounce over there at short. And that's going to be Herman Long, has his name on that ball all the way. Molina retired, 1 away now for Jim Edmonds. Nothing for 1. See, Cousin Ken loving the Triumph reference. And for those of you who don't know Triumph, go listen to a song called Magic Power. Rick Emmett, one of the great, great, great voices in rock. Canadian trio, Fantastic band. Fantastic band. Every bit as good as Rush. Every bit as good as Rush. Triumph. Amazing band. Rick Emmett, apparently one of the nicest guys in music. He just did a concert something last year. The dude is like, he's up there, man. He's got some years on him. Sang Magic Power, original key, not even a waver, not even it was perfect. It was like listening to Rick Emmett back when he was in his 20s, man. He could still hit those notes. Incredible. And Magic Power, and I mean, they've done other great songs too, but I think Magic Power really shows off Rick Emmett's voice. All right, Jim Edmonds bats with one down here. 2-2 pitch on the way to Edmonds. Ooh, swing and a miss. Edmonds was he was going for the Cardinals, the big Cardinals sign right over here in sort of center right field. And again, when you get out of Park 26, you're going to want to look at the scoreboards that come with the ball game, because nice new addition coming up in there for out of Park 26. All right, here's Ken Boyer, 0-for-1, batting with two down in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0. St. Louis leads. Spawn peers in, has the sign from Joe Torre. The 1-2 pitch on the way. So struck out last time, and this time Boyer's just going to ground this one to third. And Jones up with it in plenty of time, fires across the diamond. But the solo shot by Stan Musial tacks on another for the Cardinals as we head to the visitors' frame. Fifth. And it's 2-0. Adam Wainwright, through 4, has struck out 3. He will face the number 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Freddie Freeman, Chipper Jones, and Joe Torre. Wainwright with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Wainwright picks up the strikeout. That's his 4th. Freeman, who flew out his last time, unable to catch up to that Adam Wainwright curve. That hammer's been serving him well today. Chipper Jones now in the box. Count full on Jones. Jones looks at a called strike 3. Curveball. Jones didn't even argue. It's 2 up, 2 down. Wainwright with punch out number 5. Here's Joe Torre. 0-for-1. Count full on Torre. Here's the pitch. Joe Torre swings. Ground ball, and that ends the no-hitter. Base hit left field. All right. So the Braves get one on here finally as we're in the gloaming here in St. Louis. Herman Long now in the box. 2 down. Count full. And Long sends this a long way to center field. Back and back and back. And Jim Edmonds leaps and makes the grab. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. The Cardinals holding on to a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. So there we go. Cousin Ken putting a link there, and if that is for Triumph, enjoy it, because he sounds a hell of a lot better than I do. All right, so St. Louis Cardinals will send up the 8-9-1 hitters. Ozzie Smith, Adam Wainwright, and Albert Pujols. So Wainwright now with a 1-hitter going. Warren Spahn has scattered 4 hits, 2 runs, struck out 3 thus far. Wizard of Oz, 0-for-1 in the game. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ozzie. Oh, Ozzie Smith. This one inside, and Ozzie Smith chasing. That was off the plate, but Ozzie, for some reason, fancying himself maybe Stan Musial today. I don't know. But here's Adam Wainwright. He is 0-for-1. Spahn asks for a new ball, gets one tossed out, rubs it up, peers in, has the sign from Joe Torre. Count full on Wainwright. And little number back to the mound. Spahn picks it up and lobs it on to first. So Adam Wainwright will grab some pine. 2 down. We swing around to the top of the order. Albert Pujols with a home run in this game. 1-for-2. 1-1 pitch to Albert. Here's the delivery. Fly ball, center field. And, this is going to get over the head and into center. So Duffy misjudged that ball, and Pujols is in there with a double. So the Cardinals threatening here with a runner in scoring position, 2 down, bottom of the 5th for Ducky Medwick, who is nothing for 2. 0-1 pitch on the way. Medwick swings, and little grounder there to short. No problem for Herman Long. So St. Louis Cardinals strand 1 in scoring position. We move to the top of the 6th inning. We are already we are just 1 hour 30 minutes in, and we are in the late middle innings of second game of a doubleheader. Bobby Lowe, Warren Spahn, and Hugh Duffy due up for the Braves. Lowe in this game, 0-1. And high fly ball to right center, and you can kiss it goodbye. Aunt Minnie busy opening the window today, and the Atlanta Braves, or just the Braves, get on the board. It is now 2-1. So Bobby Lowe goes yard, and let's have a look at that one again. And Dale Murphy will come in as a pinch hitter, but let's look at that one again from Bobby Lowe. 105 miles an hour off the bat, or exit velocity, whatever you want to call it. And there you go. How about it? He got enough there to pay off his Citibank card for the month. Bobby Lowe trots home, and it's a 2-1, much more interesting ball game now. So Wainwright absolutely dominant through the first 5 innings. No hitter broken up in the 5th, and now that big shot there by Bobby Lowe. All right, Dale Murphy, 1 for 6 on the season, in the box now. And we've got a little bit of a shift left on the infield. So let's look at Murphy's hitting tendencies. And there we go. So 46% of the time, he's going to hit it to short. Oh, there we go. Little telestrator action there. Additional telestrator action. Molina sets the target. Wainwright with the 2-1 delivery. Murphy swings. Fly ball, center field. And back a few steps, in a few steps, is Jim Edmonds. And he will make the grab. 1 out now for Hugh Duffy. Sporting a 0-2 here. 2-0 pitch. Duffy cuts on this one. Long fly ball to right at the wall. And making the catch is Stan Musial. So 2 down now for Hammer and Hank. Aaron, 0-2 in the game. Molina sets up the 1-0 delivery to Aaron. And he swings. Gapper into the alley and left. Down for extra bases. And there goes Aaron. Was he going to stop at 2? Yes, he will. Wise move there, not wanting to run on Jim Edmonds, even though Aaron's got some pretty good speed on the base paths. Here's Tommy Holmes, 0-2. He'd love nothing more than to just high it up here for the Braves here in the top of the 6th. All right, Tommy Holmes steps in. 1-1 pitch. Holmes swings, and this could do it. This is going to get down, and coming around to score. Tommy Holmes is going to get the RBI double. How about it? Hank Aaron comes in to score, and the Braves tie it up. We're not at a 2. We got us a ball game. As Nathaniel says, wow, what a video of triumph. Thank you, Beatles and Ken, for the suggestion. They are an amazing band. They are an amazing band. Glad you enjoyed it, Nathaniel. And thank you, cousin, for putting that up there. D. Scott Howard joining us here for our second game. So we got some folks hanging out. Thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Got a great family going here, this baseball family. All right. It is time. It is that time again. Since we're not at a 2, we're going to pick us a player. We're going to pick us a player here. We're going to read about that player. We're going to read about him. We're going to testify. How's that sound? Yeah? All right. That's what we'll do. Except I won't read that like that, but nonetheless, let's pick a player. Certainly, we're not going to pick like Rogers Hornsby. Everybody knows about Rogers Hornsby, so we're not going to pick him. We're not going to pick him. Maybe some night, but not tonight. Not tonight. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Somebody interesting. Well, they're all interesting, right? They played in the majors. None of us did. All right. Let me see. All All right, let's learn a little bit about Tommy Holmes. Let's get some lore, as D&D players would say, on Tommy Holmes. How about it? All right. Who probably didn't sound like some half-assed preacher like I just did. So, all right, here we go. Watch him when I read. He was probably like some sort of minister or something. Or priest. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Here we go. All right. Well, he has a good Catholic name. So, Thomas Francis Holmes. So, okay, we can get rid of the preacher thing. All right. So, he was born on the 29th of March, 1917 in Brooklyn. Made his major league debut on the 14th of April, 1942 with the Boston Braves. He was a lefty both sides, 5'10", 180. Here we go. When Pete Rose broke Tommy Holmes' modern National League hitting streak in 1978, an appreciative and tearful Holmes came onto the field and thanked him for making people remember me. But how could they have forgotten him? During the 1945 season, when Holmes hit safely in 37 consecutive games, his performance was truly remarkable. The Braves outfielder hit .352 with 117 RBI, 125 runs scored, and 15 stolen bases. That's not bad for a day's pay, huh, guys? He led the league with 47 doubles, 224 hits, a .577 slugging average, and 28 home runs. In 636 at-bats, he struck out only 9 times. So I'm going to channel Ferris Bueller, the principal here. 9 times. All right, there we go. Holmes was born and reared in Brooklyn. His father, once a boxer, envisioned Tommy as a future boxing champion. While still at elementary school, the youngster gave boxing exhibitions at the neighborhood schools and clubs. When he turned to baseball, he credited his batting success to his boxing training. It helped to develop my arms and wrists, which figure in batting, Holmes later claimed. Punching the bag also develops coordination, another factor in hitting. A left-handed hitter, Holmes played first base at Brooklyn Technical High School. The Dodgers ignored him, and after graduation, he played for the semi-pro Brooklyn Bay Parkways. Finally, Yankee scout Paul Critchell spotted him, and Holmes signed with New York in 1937. Holmes made the jump to professional baseball look easy. He hit .320 with 25 home runs and 111 RBI during his rookie season with Norfolk of the Piedmont League. In 1938, with Binghamton, he led the Eastern League with a .368 batting average before moving up to Newark. In Newark, Holmes' career stalled. Although he hit better than 300 in 3 seasons with the Bears, twice leading the International League in hits, he was a victim of the numbers game. The Yankees' outfielders included Joe DiMaggio, Tommy Henrich, Charlie Keller, and George Selkirk. There simply wasn't any room for Holmes on the talent-rich Yankees. In the winter of 1941, he was traded to the Boston Braves for infielder Buddy Hassett and cash. Holmes quickly became a fixture in the outfield and a particular favorite of the fans in the Braves' right field jury box. After 3 productive seasons, Holmes broke out in 1945. Between June 6th and July 8th, he hit safely in 37 consecutive games, then the third longest streak in National League history, behind Wee Willie Keeler's 44 and Bad Bill Dahlin's 42. Despite accumulating the league's best offensive statistics and the best of his career, Holmes was beaten out for the Most Valuable Player award by the Cubs' Phil Cavarretta. The Sporting News selected Holmes as its NL Most Valuable Player. He was second to Phil Cavarretta in the NL MVP vote by the baseball writers. Although he followed with 3 consecutive seasons hitting above 300, Holmes never again approached the heights of 1945. After banging out 28 home runs in 1945, he never reached double digits in any other season, and he never came close to 100 RBI. However, he did have 20-game hitting streaks in 1946 and 1949. So again, I keep telling you guys about the 1949 season. So much happened in that season. You ought to replay it. So anyhow, Holmes hit .325 and the Braves won the National League pennant in 1948 and was part of an all-300 outfield that included Jeff Heath, who hit .319, and Mike McCormick, who batted .303. But Holmes slumped in the World Series against Cleveland, managing only 5 hits and 26 at-bats. As the Braves declined in the next few seasons, so did Holmes' average. He never hit better than .300 again in his career. In 1951, the Braves offered him a managerial job at Hartford in the Eastern League. For the first 2 months of the season, the 34-year-old Holmes led Hartford into the first division and hit .319 as a part-time outfielder. Then the Braves fired manager Billy Southworth and convinced Holmes to take over. He directed the Braves to a surprising fourth-place finish, and he appeared in 27 games, mostly as a pinch hitter. But when the club dropped to seventh, and the next year he was replaced in midseason by Charlie Grimm, Jolly Charlie, former Cubby there. Holmes signed with Brooklyn as a pinch hitter and finished his career in the 1952 World Series. Retiring as a player, he took a series of minor league managerial jobs and appeared in 24 games for Elmira in 1954. He became a scout for the Dodgers in 58, then took over as director of the Greater New York Sandlot Baseball Foundation and became a salesman for various metal products. In 1973, the Mets hired Holmes as the community relations director for their own youth baseball program, which sent an astounding 65 players to the major leagues. He also worked as an executive in a sporting goods company before retiring. In 11 big league seasons, Holmes hit .302 with 1,507 hits. He struck out only 122 times and 4,992 at-bats, retiring with the fourth best ratio of all time. On 3 separate occasions, he robbed pitchers of no-hitters. Chicago's Bill Fleming on June 13, 1942, Pittsburgh's Rip Sewell on August 25, 1942, and New York's very bad-tempered, I'm adding that part because it's true, Van Lingo Mungo on August 28, 1943. So there you go, guys. Tommy Holmes, Hall of Extremely Good. How about it, huh? So there we go. That, again, for the Biographical Encyclopedia of Baseball, editors of Total Baseball. Guys, you can pick up this book for like $7 on eBay. Do yourself a favor and pick it up. So these games brought to you tonight by the Biographical Encyclopedia of Baseball. Let's get back to the game as Freddie Freeman bats. Tommy Holmes is at second. So how about that? I mean, this guy... Right. I mean, so he's in a way, right? I mean, you think of him as almost a modern day Wee Willie Keeler. All right. Here's Freddie Freeman. Nothing for 2. 1-2 pitch on the way. Freeman swings, and this one slow number over there to second base. Hornsby with the easy toss to end the inning. No run or 2 runs on 3 hits for the Braves. No errors and a runner left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And we are all tied up at 2, and it will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Hornsby, Musial, and Molina. And Mike Remlinger will come on to pitch for the Braves. So Warren Spahn is done. All right. Hornsby in the box. The Raja 1 for 2. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Hornsby. Here's the pitch. Hornsby laces this one to the left. Base hit. So 6th hit for the St. Louis Cardinals. And that will bring up Stan Musial. Stan Musial, excellent day at the plate. 2 for 2, including a solo home run. Hornsby at first. 1-0 delivery to Musial. Musial swings, and he tags this one deep to center field. And at the track, Hugh Duffy makes the catch. Beautiful play out there in center field by Duffy. He had to go back a few acres for that ball. Let's check it out. Remlinger with the doff of the cap there. Look at that ball. Boom. All right. So Musial got under it just by a millimeter. Or that one is out of here, breaking the tie. Hornsby at first now for Yadier Molina, who is nothing for 2. St. Louis fans waiting for Molina to crank one out of here. And the delivery. Molina swings in the first pitch. Grounder to short, 6 to 4 to 3. And pitcher's best friend, little twin killing to end the inning. We go to the top of the 7th inning. We are still knotted at 2. Adam Wainwright will face the number 5, 6, 7 in the Braves order. Jones, Torrey, and Long. Chipper nothing for 2. Wainwright ready to deal. Count full on Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones takes inside, ball 4. So a potential go-ahead run on it first for the Braves. Here comes Joe Torre now. Torre, 1 for 2. Jones has good speed at first. Wainwright with a check of the runner, comes home with it, and Torrey sends this one up the middle. This will get down for a base hit, and they're going to hold Chipper Jones at second. Braves mounting a threat here in the visitors' half of the seventh as Herman Long comes up now. He is nothing for two, and he'd like to do something with that ball and his surname. Here is the pitch to the lefty Herman Long. Swung on, and this is going to be gapped into right field, and Herman Long breaks the tie with one in, and yep. So RBI double for Herman Long, and it was indeed a long enough ball. And the Braves now take the lead in this game for the first time. It is 3-2. Two in scoring position, nobody out in the top of the seventh as Bobby Lowe steps in. Bobby Lowe with a home run back in the Bobby Lowe with a home run back in the sixth. All right, here we go. Wainwright shaking off Molina, has one he likes, works out of the stretch in the 1-2 pitch. Bobby Lowe tried to hold up. They say went around. Strike three. Adam Wainwright punches out his sixth. And here is one of the greatest third basemen of all time, Eddie Matthews in there. Eddie Matthews off to a 2-5 start. Eddie Matthews with an RBI, seeing mostly action for the Braves at this point in a pinch hitting role. Matthews, the lefty, waits for Wainwright to deal. Two in scoring position for the Braves. One in here in the top of the seventh. 3-2 your score here in St. Louis. 0-1 pitch on the way to Eddie. And Matthews clubs this one deep to right, baby. And it is out of here. This one just over the wall, but it's going to read like a Mickey Mantle type 539,000-foot shot tomorrow. And I think it's called the Atlanta Courier. And the Braves have just blown this one open. It is now 6-2. And let's look at this as Todd Worrell will finish up his warm-up pitches. Let's look at this dinger here. So Matthews, this one just gets over the wall, but again, it's all that counts. By the way, I'm a vegetarian. So you said jackfruit out there. Jackfruit, interesting stuff. It will take on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. So loved by vegetarians everywhere. It's actually really good stuff, really good for you too. All right. Todd Worrell is making his first appearance in the Miss League. 6-2 ball game. My goodness gracious. So it went from a no-hitter to an absolute arse kick in here. What was it? What was it they said in the Devil's Rejects, right? And the chief of police, they're about to, they've descended on the house there of, and he said, we're going to do it. What my papa used to call 100% Alabama ass kicking. Well, that's what's happening right here, except it's a Georgia ass kicking, I guess. Georgia, Milwaukee, Boston ass kicking. All right, Worrell to deal to you, Duffy. We're back at the top of the order. Duffy 0 for 3. And he's ahead in the count 3-1, though. And Duffy's going to draw the walk. So here we go. Braves with a runner on. You, Duffy, with absolute serious wheels as Hank Aaron in the box now. He is 1 for 3. And yeah, how about it? What a baseball life for Tommy Holmes, Nathaniel. You're absolutely right. All right, here we go. Hank Aaron swings in the first pitch and liner, but Ozzie Smith getting over there faster than a Star Trek transporter, reels it in. So 2 away, Ozzie Smith, of course, perhaps the greatest defensive shortstop of all time. Certainly the greatest defensive shortstop of modern times. So 2 out, you Duffy stays at first, and here's our featured player of this game, Tommy Holmes, who's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Here's the pitch, and the throw down. Oh my goodness gracious! You Duffy is gunned down, but the Braves put 4 runs on the board, 3 hits. There was a dinger in this one. 7th inning stretch time here in St. Louis. The Braves lead the Cardinals 6-2. Thank you for hanging out tonight, guys. Having a lot of fun here on a Saturday night. And indeed, my cheese has slipped off my cracker. What game is this? Creaky, I hope I'm saying your name right. This is Out of the Park Baseball 25. And welcome in. All right, Jim Edmonds, Ken Boyer, and Ozzie Smith due up for the Redbirds here in the bottom of the seventh, and they need to get busy in a hurry. Steve Bedrosian will come on now to pitch for the Braves. No other defensive substitutions. All right. Bedrosian has finished his warm-up pitches, and we are ready to go as the lefty center fielder, Jim Edmonds, is in the box. 3-1 pitch on the way. Edmonds has struck out the other times he was up and draws the walk now. So is this the beginning here for St. Louis? Edmonds, decent speed at first for Ken Boyer, 0-for-2. Big bat in this lineup, but so far, Boyer 0-for-2 in the game and off to a 3-for-12 start. No homers from Ken Boyer. We're always talking about brothers, sets of brothers in the game. Ken, Cleet, and Cloyd Boyer. 1-0 pitch on the way. And Boyer cranks this one to right field. This one high, this one deep, but not deep enough. Hank Aaron at the track makes the grab. So Ken Boyer with a little bit of a power glitch, and he will go and sit down as Ozzie Smith steps in. 0-for-2 for the Wizard. 0-for-1. Or 0-1 pitch, I should say. And Ozzie Smith, little Texas leaguer, into center field, and that's going to be enough. Jim Edmonds turning on the Jets, and he's going to make it to third. St. Louis with the runners at the corners, and we have a pinch hitter now. Adam Wainwright is done. Or Todd Worrell is done, I should say. And here's Enos Country Slaughter. So he's 1-for-2. Ozzie Smith at first, Jim Edmonds at third. St. Louis trying to get back into this 6-2 ball game. Here's the pitch. And there goes the runner. Ozzie Smith is safe. So the Wizard of Oz picking up his first bit of petty larceny on the season. 2 in scoring position for St. Louis in the bottom of the seventh. 1 down. Slaughter back in the box. 3-1 pitch. And Slaughter swings. And this one, just a lazy fly ball out to center field. But tagging at third is Jim Edmonds. And he will cut this Braves lead in half. It's now 6-3. Slaughter on that 3-1 pitch, and with his power, you'd think he would have taken. But there we go. So picks up the RBI, and here's Albert Pujols. We're back at the top of the order. Good game today for Albert, 2-for-3, including a home run. 1-0 pitch on the way, and Pujols drives this one up the middle, base hit, and that's going to be an RBI single. Pujols is going to hold first, and there we go. Ozzie Smith will come home to score. Game getting interesting again, 6-4. This is a good one here. So Creaky saying nice. Yeah, this is I play a lot of digital baseball games, and there's a lot of excellent ones out there. Love them for different reasons, but overall, this one is the king. Out of the Park Baseball and Out of the Park 26, I believe, releases 18th of March. So 9 days away, I'll be able to show it to you guys. All right, Ducky Medwick in there now. He's 0-for-3. Pujols at first, 2 down. St. Louis plating 2 here in the bottom of the seventh. Here's the pitch. And this one driven out to left. This is going to hang up, and Tommy Holmes, our player of the game, will make the catch. But the Cardinals pick up 2 runs and 2 hits. They strand 1. We go to the top of the 8th. The Braves lead the Cardinals 6-4, and Ken Daly will come on now for the Redbirds. And he will face Tommy Holmes, Freddie Freeman, and Chipper Jones. Holmes in the game is 1-for-3 with an RBI. Count full on Tommy Holmes. Here's the pitch. Tommy Holmes looks at ball 4 inside. Again, this man, hard to strike out. 4th highest ratio, right? The strikeout ratio, as we learned in Major League history for Tommy Holmes. Here's Freddie Freeman now, 0-for-3. Holmes has pretty good speed at first. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, grounder to second, 4-6-3. There's a big one, giving these St. Louis fans something to cheer about. So Hornsby to Smith to Pujols for the 4-6-3 double play. 2 down, bases empty. And here's Chipper Jones. They've got him shifted right just a little bit. That's right. In these baseball leagues, the shift is still and always will be legal. And Lindy McDaniel on to pitch now for the Redbirds. And here's the pitch. So Chipper Jones walked his last time up, sinking liner to right, but on his horse is Stan Musial. So the the Braves just manage a walk. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. St. Louis trails Atlanta 6-4, and it will be 3-4-5 due up. Rogers, Hornsby, Stan Musial, and Yadier Molina. Hornsby 2 for 3 in the game. Bedrosian stays on in relief. Has walked a batter. 1-2 pitch. And the Raja cuts right through this one. Beautiful slider there by Steve Bedrosian, picking up his first punch out. And here's Stan Musial. Home run in this game, 2 for 3. Much beloved in St. Louis and in the baseball world. 3-1 pitch for Stan on the way. Musial swings, liner to third, and Chipper Jones has it. 2 up, 2 down now. And here's Yadier Molina, who is nothing for 3. Count, 1 ball, no strikes. Grounded out his last time up. Molina cuts on this, and he's gonna. Oh, this one past third into left. Are they gonna? They're gonna call it a base hit. I don't know, man. Official score being kind. So Herman Long gets past him, gets past Jones. The webbing of both gloves. Let's look at that one again. Score being kind here. See if we get a better look at things. I don't know. That could have been baseball's, maybe baseball's first E6, E5. Those guys should have gotten to that ball. But they're going to award Molina the base hit. That damn baseball commissioner is not a baseball fan, only business. How about it, Nathaniel? Yeah. Don't get me started on Rob Manfred. Oh, my God. All right. Here's Jim Edmonds now. He's nothing for 2. Molina on at first. So Edmonds represents the potential tying run. Count full. Edmonds takes ball 4 inside and just a bit high. So the Cardinals trying to manufacture something here with 2 on. Tying run now at first for Ken Boyer. Ken Boyer had a big, long fly out his last time up. He's 0 for 3. All right. Oh, and Craig Kimbrell on to pitch here. See that? I got to pay attention. Oh, no, he just came on now. All right, Kimbrell deals. Oh, Ken Boyer looks at a knee buckling called strike 3 and a slider by Kimbrell. So the Cardinals strand 2. We go to the top of the 9th, and the Braves still leading 6-4. Lindy McDaniel stays on the hill in relief, and Joe Torre, Herman Long, and Bobby Lowe due up. 0-1 pitch to Joe Torre, who tripled last time up. Long fly ball to left field, back at the track, camping under it, and bringing it down is Ducky Medwick. So 1 away now for Herman Long. Herman Long has an RBI in this game, 1 for 3. The 1-2 pitch on the way, doubled back in the 7th. And Herman Long sends this one a long way out into center field, and this one is going to be a double. So Edmonds tried to time the jump, has to play the carom. So Herman Long with his second double of the game, and here comes Bobby Lowe now. Bobby Lowe with a solo shot in this game. First pitch swinging, hard ground ball, and to right field, base hit, and they are going to hold Herman Long at third. So the Braves with 1 down, runners at the corners, and pinch hitter and Brian McCann making his first appearance of the season. So the lefty stands in. Lindy McDaniel unfazed from the stretch in the 0-1 pitch. And he hits McCann. Not something you want to do. Little sinker there. Just kind kind of catching McCann a little bit. So base is loaded for Hugh Duffy. So Cardinals wanting to turn a quick 2 here. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, liner to second. Hornsby makes a beautiful play, and getting back quickly to first is McCann. Hornsby ready to double him off, and McCann just getting back in time. Good heads up there. Here's Hank Aaron. Dwayne Mars giving us a resounding damn in the chat. All right, Hammer and Hank 1 for 4. So the Braves, with them loaded, they left them loaded in this game before, or I forget which inning now. We'll have to check. But anyhow, 1-1 pitch on the way. And Hank Aaron swings, base hit up the middle, and 1 run will score. The throw home, the tag, nope, throw off line. So 2 scores on the RBI single by Hank Aaron, and it's now 8-4. When we get to the St. Louis ninth, it's going to be Ozzie Smith, a pinch hitter for Lyndon McDaniel, and then Albert Pujols. I wouldn't be surprised to even see them pinch hit for Ozzie. Runners in scoring position, second and third. Brian McCann at third, Aaron at second for Tommy Holmes. Tommy Holmes 1 for 3 with an RBI. So good showing today for our featured player of the second game. 0-2 pitch on the way to Holmes. Tommy Holmes swings, grounder to first. This should retire the side, and indeed it does. Pujols will take it to the bag himself, but the Braves tally 2 big ones on 3 hits. They strand 2. It's 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Mark Wohlers will come on now to get a little bit of work here for the Braves. Ozzie Smith will indeed bat for himself. He is 1 for 3. Wohlers ready to go. 0-1 pitch on the way to Ozzie, who singled and scored a run and base it up the middle. Here we go. So each team tied at 10 hits apiece. And here is the original Big Cat making his first plate appearance of the season, none other than Johnny Mize. Definitely a player, a Hall of Famer that we will feature some night. Is a Hall of Famer that doesn't get as much talk as he should. So Johnny Mize. Here's the pitch. Mize, first pitch swinging, and ground ball, base hit up the middle. Ozzie Smith, they're going to hold him at second. So the Cardinals playing a little bit of jigsaw puzzle here as we go back to the top of the order. And Albert Pujols, 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBI for Pujols. So Sean says he's going to jump in the voice chat, but you had a good flow going. Didn't want to interrupt it, buddy. You can always join, man. You can always join. Nice to see the Cards losing. Sean says he has no love for Pujols or Boyer. Refer to Fields of Dreams. I get it, man. I get it. Yes. All right. Ozzie Smith at second. Johnny Mize trailing him at first. And gentlemen, we are 6 minutes away from losing an hour of our lives. We'll gain it back in the fall. So we're in the autumn, whatever. We're almost there, baby. We're almost at 3 a.m. Somehow it always feels like 2 a.m. to me, though. All right, here we go. Wohlers deals the 1-2 pitch to Pujols. Needs a triple for the cycle. That ain't going to happen. Out of the air, Bobby Lowe, and they double up. Excuse me. So, little double play action, man. Let's look at that one again. Just regular replay. Boy, that one took me by surprise. Look at this. Bobby Lowe, bada boom, and that's the bada bing, huh? All right. Big double play. That it leaves it up to Ted Simmons now with Ozzie Smith in scoring position. And no matter what Simmons does, it ain't going to matter too much here. Simmons making his first plate appearance of the season. 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Oh, this one gapped out in the alley. Maybe I spoke too soon. So Simmons is going to knock in one with this double. So Cardinals with 2 out, inch closer. It is 8-5. RBI double for Ted Simmons. And here is Rogers Hornsby. So Hornsby home run brings them within 1. Simmons, no speed at first. Here we go. Joe Torre sets up the target for Mark Wallers. Count full on the Raja. And ends it with a strikeout. Oh, what a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker. St. Louis falls 3 runs short. Dwayne Martz has to be a happy man as both of his teams win tonight. Did you catch a home run yesterday? One lucky fan has a prized possession after Eddie Matthews crushed his 300th home run tonight. So Matthews offers lucky fans some souvenirs and a small cash prize in exchange for the ball. The fan who caught the ball has been identified, but not yet commented on his intentions. Of course, we know that his name is Dwayne Martz. So there you go. The Braves third baseman 1 for 1 with a home run and 3 runs batted in as the Braves won 8-5 over the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves will be hosting an Eddie Matthews commemorative poster promotion for an upcoming homestand, as well as a Dwayne Martz bobblehead. So the Braves will improve to 2-2. The St. Louis Cardinals fall to 3-1, so their first loss of the season. The line score for the Braves, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the St. Louis Cardinals, 5 runs, 12 hits, and no miscues. Let me see. I know we had one. Where is it? Damn it. I know we had a triple in this game somewhere. Oh, well. Anyhow, we're 3 minutes from 3 a.m. and it's 1:57. All right. So here we go. Warren Spahn pitched 5, gave up 2 earned runs, struck out 4, gave up 2 home runs in this game. Remlinger gets the win. He worked an inning in relief, gave up just a hit. Bedrosian worked 1 2/3 in relief for the Braves and gave up 2 earned runs and walked 2, struck out 1. Craig Kimbrell, let me see, what do we got here with Kimbrell? Worked 1/3 of an inning, struck out 1. Mark Wallers came in, worked a full inning, gave up 1 earned run. Adam Wainwright, who through the first 5 innings in this game pitched a no-hit ball, takes the loss, falls to 0-1, 6 1/3 innings for him, and gave up 6 earned runs. I mean, he just got his butt kicked. After that was that sixth inning, I believe it was. Let's look at the line score here really, really quickly. Yeah, so he got, and he was responsible for however it worked. Anyhow, he got his ass kicked. Let's just be straight up with us. Keep it real, boys. Gave up 2 home runs. Todd Royal, 2/3 in relief, walked 1. Ken Daly also walked 1. And Lenny McDaniel worked 1 1/3, and he gave up 2 more earned runs. Salt in the wound, one might say. So your player of the game, Eddie Matthews. I'm going to. We're gonna do a little bit of. We got to also look at some other performances here, and I think we're gonna give co-player honors here, even though for the other side. We got to also give some consideration here for Albert Pujols, went 3 for 5, including a home run. So, and 1 hit short of the cycle. So that was fun. And we got the countdown to 3. We got the countdown to 3 a.m. We're almost there. So it is now 3 a.m., guys. An hour passed as it took me to say that. All right. And all these scores are in because I forgot to turn off the baseball world in the background. Always remember to do that if you haven't set it up. So looking at the final scores here, Nathaniel's Milwaukee Brewers edge the New York Mets 2-1. Hader with the win. Seaver with the loss. Jeffers with the save. Your player of the game is Teddy Higuera. Looking at the Cubbies and Reds here, the Cubs defeat the Reds 7-5. So Johnny Bench gets his first home run of the year in that game. Charlie Root gets the win. Ben Chapman the loss. Bruce Sutter the save. Jim Maloney, your player of the game. Twins and Marlins. Marlins edge the Twins 5-4. Giancarlo Stanton picks up a home run for Miami along with Derek Lee and Cliff Johnson. Good gracious me. How about that? Alcantara with the win. Pasquale with the loss. Dutch Leonard, your player of the game. Rays and Nationals. Rays edge the Nationals 3-2. Bryce Harper gets a home run for the Nationals in a losing cause. Cobb with the win, McGaffigan with a loss, Rodney with the save. Player of the game is Cobb, and not of the tie variety, I might add. Moving on, Braves and Cardinals, we just watched. Diamondbacks and Padres. San Diego defeats Arizona 4-3. Gonzalez homered for Arizona. Dave Winfield for the Padres. Adams gets the win. Kim with the loss. Yates with the save. Player of the game, Andy Benes. And finally, or not finally, but anyhow, the Dodgers defeat the Rockies 4-3. Boy, they were launching there in LA as Larry Walker and Todd Helton each homered. Roy Campanella picked up one for the Dodgers. Gagne gets the win. Holmes with the loss. And player of the game, the left arm of God, Sandy Koufax. Boston Red Sox defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-2. We already talked about this game. So the Red Sox improved to 1-3. The Bucks fall to 2-2. White Sox defeat the Giants 8-3. Yankees in our first game defeated the Phillies 6-2. Jays over the World. So there we go. That is all for today. We will finish today and move on. So it's actually 2 a.m., but it's really 3 a.m. And as a great Native American leader once says, only the white man would cut an inch off the bottom of the blanket and sew it back on the top of the blanket and think he has more blankets. So looking for pitching matchups here for the next time that we come back in the Myths League. This is a pretty good one here. We don't really do any Padres or Diamondbacks in this channel. Randy Johnson and Jake Peavy, that should be pretty good. So we may actually do that game. Let me see. Cubs, Reds. Man, we got Eparixi up there. Let me see. Yeah. Chris Archer, Steven Strasburg. That could be a fun one. We got the Battle of the Johnsons. I know Cousin Kenny's laughing right now as soon as I said that. So Twins and Marlins would be Walter Johnson versus Josh Johnson. So I did a game the other night in this league, but on Out Park 26, and Walter Johnson with 15 strikeouts, baby. Mets Brewers, DeGrom versus Giovanni Gallardo. Braves Cardinals. Oh my God, we might do another Braves Cardinals game the next time we're here. Greg Maddux versus Dizzy Dean. Are you kidding me? Yes, we're doing it. All right, Rockies Dodgers. Who do they got? Let me see. Ubaldo Jimenez against Dazzy Vance. Maybe. Let's see. Bucks and Red Sox. We got Don Robinson against Frank Sullivan. Phillies Yanks. Robin Roberts, Red Roughing. There's another. It might be a Phillies Yankees Braves Cardinals night again. We'll see. Jays and Cardinals have Halladay versus Gubiza. So we could do the Mark Gubiza game just for ID Jester. Orioles and Rangers. McNally against Charlie Huff. Be nice to see a little knuckleball action there. How about it? Tigers Astros. Justin Verlander versus Royals. Well, tempting. Indians and A's. Oh, man, another marquee matchup. Bob Feller versus Vita Blue. And then finally, Angels Mariners. Nolan Ryan against Eric Hansen. Wow, Feller and Vita. So some good games coming up on the Myths League. Yeah, that Cardinals Braves game. I mean, how can we not do that game, right? I mean, we have to. It is written that Greg Maddux and Dizzy Dean should lock horns. Anyhow, so we didn't have a Chinwag tonight on a Saturday. Isn't that weird? 3:05 a.m. Welcome to daylight savings times. Now we have to remember to say Eastern Daylight Time and Mountain and Central and all that kind of stuff. Anybody have anything to contribute, even in the typey chat? Or is that it? Yeah, I know. Sean, Dwayne says, darn, a minute ago it was 1:59. I know, man. So I pity the folks that work first shift jobs. I'm at least all right about that. I'm like, okay, I lose an hour's sleep. I'm a second shift type person, so it doesn't affect me too much. So, all right. Truth Hurts Wokey, there he is. Yes, Art, who we last week toasted and said, here's to you, Art, who pitched for the New York Yankees during the team's 19
53 World Series win. He's died at the age of 100. That's a hell of a run, and may his memory be eternal. How about it? So we were just talking about Art Shalek last week. It's good to see you in here. Truth Hurts Wokie's my good friend here, and he's going to be my co-conspirator in another idea that we have, but also fellow Diamond Mind aficionado as well. This man knows all about Diamond Mind baseball. Great game. All right, so March 18th, worldwide, will be Out of the Park 26th, and I'm led to understand 14th April will be the 13th version of Digital Diamond Baseball with the Advanced Status Pro engine built into the game. So you'll be able to pick either Status Pro or the Digital Diamond game, as far as if you just want to play like that. And of course, it's a fantastic board game companion. Still waiting for the big update coming from Pocket Pennant Run. But if you've been watching and on Paul FAC Sports Desk with Paul, you'll see that they're actually hard coding the dice in for games like History Maker and other things like that. So for you guys that maybe don't feel like bringing out the bones, but you still want to see the dice or hard coding dice in. So I know History Maker is one of them. I think Strat, Appa, what have you. So for you guys that use these games as companions, you got two excellent choices now in Digital Diamond Baseball and Pocket Pennant Run. So avail yourselves, gentlemen. Avail yourselves. Huh? How about it? So, wow, nothing else to say. What else is there to say? Ken already saw that one too. Yep, bringing out the bones. How about it, Sean? How about it? Bringing out the bones. Oh my God. So yeah, it's been a week since I've done a live broadcast. We did last Sunday we did do a baseball for Windows game, but those don't draw very many people, but I still do them anyhow. Wow, I guess we're done. Man, this is weird. We're done. We're done. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, family, all of you. To all the new folks here with us and have joined, and all the folks have been, like Cousin Ken Castro and D. Scott Howard, man, they've been with me since day one when I started this channel back in 2018, I think it was 2017 or 2018, some bullshit like that. Diamond Mines just released the 1945 season with all transactions. So there you guys go. We were talking about Tommy Holmes, that great season. There you go, 1945, Tommy Holmes. 1949, really, guys. That's such a fun season, and excellent book, by the way. David Halberstam, 1949, I believe. This is David Halberstam wrote that book in 1949. What a great it is. It's one of those sort of well, you know what? We don't even have to go to Baseball Reference. We can use Out of the Park Baseball. Let's go to League History here. Let's go to our History Index, and let's look at a little 1949 stuff here. This was a hell of a season. So, of course, it was the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series. No shock there. But let's look at the American League race in 1949. So the Boston Red Sox finished just a game behind the Yankees. The Cleveland, it's the Indians, of course. Not a bad season, 7.5 out at 89.65, and even 20 games over 500. The Detroit Tigers at 87.67. The Philadelphia A's, probably one of their last decent years, they were 81.73. So pretty good stuff there in the American League. Okay, so let's go now to the National League. Brooklyn Dodgers won the pennant, just 1.5 games over the Cardinals. So there was a little bit more of a runaway here as the third place Phillies finished 15 back. But just an absolute banger of a season. I can't It's a great one. If you don't want to go as far back as 1908, 1949 is just a fantastic season to play. And you can check out all the cool stats right here. You don't even have to go to Baseball Reference, baby. Don't even have to go to it. Just go right here and you can see how everybody performed, and good stuff. So, but that's another project. I'm doing a 1949 replay, but I'm doing it in APA PC baseball for Windows. So I'm not going to start it up in another one, but this really is a fun season to do. So many great players. I mean, you know, look at these, look at this Boston Red Sox team. Let's let it do what it's doing here. And man, you got Walter Uppo, you got Bobby Doerr, Dom DiMaggio on this team. There's Mickey Harris, Tex Houston, Ellis Kinder, Vern Stevens. There's Al Zarilla. He's good. One of my favorite Italians there. Good old Al, huh? How about it? Of course, the Yankees, they were just ridiculous. But just one game above the Red Sox. So Bauer, Berra, there's Hugh Casey. There's, of course, Hugh Casey not getting a lot of work there. There's the Yankee Klippa, just 2 years from retirement. Ralph Houck, know him as a manager, of course. There's the big cat. We're going to be talking about this guy soon enough. Right, let me see. A lot of guys in 1949 came back from the war, absolutely. Ted Williams was back in 46. Many were back before 49. Yeah, I mean, 46, good season. Even the 45, I mean, 1945 Tigers team, no slouch. Pure Sim Baseball Report from Sean. For some reason, in 1927, the game like the Phillies, despite them having no pitching in their real life, somebody knows they had another game, unfortunately. Things will happen, man. Unfortunately. So much about the game, Beatles, but hard to ignore lack of. It can be tough, certainly. But we keep looking. I love that Out of the Park just breaks things down by team. And again, to the folks that hate this game, you're lost, baby. You got to get your hands dirty, but it's worth it. It is worth it. So there we go. This is like these. I'm just showing you some other things that maybe you guys have never done. Went deeply into with Out of the Park baseball. So it gives you just all kinds of records for batting and pitching and all kinds of stuff in terms of value and just great. Just great. There we got all kinds of game records here going on. Crazy deep. So, and you pretty much got Baseball Reference built in. So, for this particular league, Don Newcomb was Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers in 49. I don't recall who it was in the American League. We should find out, shouldn't we? We should find out. It's probably somewhere in voting. Let me see. So let's see in the American League, who was Rookie of the Year? Let's find out. Should we just look at rookies? Well, let me see. League All-Stars. Rookie of the Year award, Roy Sievers. So there's your answer. See, we didn't even have to go anywhere else. So there you go. Got all the All-Stars here. Pretty cool stuff. Love it. So there's all of 1949 American League. Pure Sim does a good job of letting you know about big moments that happen during your season like Out of the Park does. That's the cool thing about it. Thing about Pure Sim, man, is, I mean, it's an abandoned game. I'm sure that Sean Sullivan would have loved to have developed it further, but I think he just came to the, I'm done. I still love the game. I realize it does have some issues. Every game has some issues, even this one that I love so much. But I tend to suspend some disbelief. I still think it plays, in my opinion. And again, dude, it's all about what we love to play and whatever. Oh, by the way, guys, these are sortable. So boom, boom, boom. You can go in and sort everything. Play what you love, right? And Aaron Reed, he loves pure sim. Roy Seaver's Dam, a favorite Senators player of his, says Sean. Should have known that fact about him. Well, now you do. Now you do. So, Willie Mays in 51. 3 years later, he makes that catch in center field. I sometimes will, I know, I have no life, but I'll sometimes fire this up if I'm messing around in out of the park baseball and just go through this and pour through the records and the, pardon me, and all the, all these stats and everything, because we're baseball fans and we love stats, right? And there we go. Just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I also love the milestones thing that this does. And this does this. If you do a historical replay, this will show player milestones as of coming up to that year, which is really, really cool. So out of the park baseball, they just keep loading this thing with more and more and more and more. Life. What is having a life? Says Sean. So, Aaron, how you doing, man? How are you doing? It's good to see you. And what the hell time is it? 3:17. 3:17. And boy, jeez. So to me, it's 2:17. Could that mean another game? Oh, April is going to see a pretty major update, from what I understand, for full count baseball. So once that update comes out, we'll get it on here and show it again. Again, it's a very, very important piece of gaming history. Maybe we'll do a doubleheader that night. First game will be full count baseball, and game number 2 will be micro league baseball. If you guys would be into that, I think that would be fun to do those two competitors from the day. Yeah. So, well, tell you what, here's what we'll do. Let's do this. Let's just do this anyhow. Let's do a pure sim game. We'll just muck about with some pure sim anyhow, because I'm not ready to go off yet. So let's do this. And we'll close down out of the park as soon as this loads up. It's waiting. Where are you? There we go. And load game. And we're going to do 1975. I know. But Dead Ball is coming back, I promise. There we go. All right, what do we got going on in 1975? Let's go ahead and close out of the park baseball. File. Let's save the game. I should back this thing up too. Pure Sim, when you do a sandbox league, after you import players, do you need to do a draft? You do not. I'll show you. Well, for Aaron, I mean, when I show it, I guess what I mean is I'll try to explain it. How's that sound? All right. But I know we got to do a one-on-one with it. I haven't been around all week, in case you haven't noticed. So, there we go. Do we leave Steam up as a background? Sure. I'm too lazy to load Forbes Field. All right. So let's do this for Aaron. Okay. So let's go back to our main screen, and we're going to do a new game. I've done so many of these, so why not? So again, this game offers a plethora of choices. A plethora. I love that word too. I've used it too many times though, Sean. So that's not today's word. Plethora, it just is there. Click on sandbox mode. So this is where you just do what you want in sandbox mode. So start your really, I guess we're going to match a specific era. So let's just split. Let's put it in 1930.
30, I suppose. Okay. We're not going to use finances. No, no, no. So we're not worrying about market size or all that crap. Okay. So we're going to go from the beginning. Boom. Here we go. All right. So you can choose anything from just 2 teams. And if you wanted to do this, it's kind of fun. If you wanted to take 2 teams from history and just play out a 162 game season and see how they would fare up, it's not as big a number of games as you were getting back to baseball, but it would be kind of fun to just see what this does. Maybe do a couple of these. Great thing. Bam, you can do anything from 2 teams to 30 teams, however you want to line it all up. All right, Truth Hurts Wilkie taking us. I'll catch you later. He's going to play a guy 6 Diamond Mine games in the morning on Hamachi while juggling with another draft in your GBL league. All right, thank you, my friend, for showing up. Always glad to have you here. Plethora is a nice word. Yes, it is. All right. So Sean says he's already August 27th, 1927 in Pure Cent Baseball. He's got way too much free time in his hands. Yeah, so Hamachi, how about it? Because you still use Hamachi for Action PC Baseball too. Let's set up one. Let's just do an 8-team league with that's it. Just the 1900 Major League Baseball 8 teams. Okay. So after you select your association format, and I'll do another video like this where we it'll be like module by module or whatever. But anyhow, so you don't worry about these names over here. So you use these names if you want to use fictional teams with real players. You just have to add regions. You have to do this anyhow. Doesn't matter. Just pick a bunch of teams because you're going to change them up anyhow the way I'm going to show you to do it. And I'm just clicking whatever there wouldn't put in Las Vegas. Doesn't matter. This, unfortunately, is something you do have to do when you're working in sandbox mode. But that's okay. We'll scroll down a little bit and let's put in, I don't know. Oh, doesn't matter. Not going to stay. There's Provo, Utah. All right. And how about Lancaster, Pennsylvania? How about that? All right. There we go. So then you name your thing up here, whatever you want to do it. We're going to call it just I don't want to call it 1930 because I'll think it's 1930 because I'm going to dump players in from different years. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this. All right. Let's just call it, I wish I could write in how I learned to stop worrying and learn to love, or how I stopped worrying and learned to love the bomb, but I can't probably type all that in. So let's put it as Frankenstein because we're going to experiment here. Okay, did I spell that right? No, I put Frankenstein. See? Yeah. See what that. Having a master's degree. I can't even. Damn it! I can't even see. There we go. All right, we're just going to League 1, Division 1, whatever. Let's go to next. All right, choose my team. Oh, my goodness. How about we just be the Cincinnati Parrots? You can change jobs in this league or in this game. All right, so here we are. On the next screen, Aaron, hopefully you're taking notes or something. But again, I'll walk you through it in one-on-one sometime here soon, I promise you. We're going to leave this, I think. Hang on a second. It's a 35-man roster. I don't know if we want to do that. Do we want to do that? Yeah, we'll just leave it at 35. That's good. We're going to turn off expansion. We'll leave injuries on. We are not going to allow computer AI trades, however. We're going to use player photos. We can customize the schedule. So if I wanted to make this 154 games, I would click on that, and I would make this 154 games, which I'm going to do. Okay, we are not going to use a designated hitter, and we'll go with 4-man rotations plus a closer. We're going to import player historical data. So on the real player import options, Aaron, you want to make sure to have checked import player historical stats. You definitely want to do that, okay? And then what you want to do in player generation mode is you want to click append. If you're doing, if you're playing with, players from all different years and stuff like that, you do want to append that year. I think it's just very, very cool to do that. Okay, let's go on to our next screen. All right, and it's creating our association. All right, so if you go to the next stage, it's going to just populate this with fictional players, which I don't want to do. So we're going to add and import real players and teams. Now this is where we're going to get into the idea of either drafting or like actually assigning players to teams that you want. Okay. So there's some little workarounds that you can do, because again, we were using all those fake teams. All right. But what we're going to leave those fake teams, since Aaron's talking about a draft. So all these fake teams, fake team names are going to have real players. But now that we're in the draft screen, here's what we can do. You can draft by player. You can draft by year. You can draft by team. You can even just draft down by position or what have you. So let's just start with the last name. And since Aaron is here, let's just say that we're going to start typing in. We'll just start typing in Larkin. Oops, Larkin. Yeah, hold on. Last name and first name. There we go. So once I've typed in Larkin, I click into the next field. So I have to do, and then we have Barry Larkin. So all of Barry Larkin is in here. So everything is sortable here, by the way. The stat headings up here, so it will show name, age, year, games, position, average, home runs. For hitters, for pitchers, you're going to get innings pitched, earned run average, wins, losses, and saves. So if we look here at Barry Larkin, let's get some home runs out of Barry Larkin. So let's do 1996. Boom. And then I can, now here's the choice, Aaron. I can import him into the free agent pool, and we can do a draft that way. Or there's a little drop down in which I can literally just say I'm going to assign him to, say, Lancaster. So we're going to go ahead and put him in the free agent pool. Over on the left-hand side, you want to uncheck allow duplicate players. So and the only reason I would say is because if you're creating a custom draft pool, you don't want to have doppelgangers. Okay. If you're doing a little larger project, sometimes you might want to, because teams lower in the draft order are going to have fewer to pick from, but it's like real baseball anyhow, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're not going to allow, and we are just going to import Barry Larkin into the draft pool. So boom. And Barry Larkin is now in the free agent pool. Now, we've done that. Let's do a year. Let's do a year. And let's go to, I don't know, 1915. So now this is going to load in everybody that played in 1915. Now you can select more than one player, obviously. So now this is everybody in the 1915 season. Okay. So, again, maybe, so for this, maybe I'm going to look for a little bit higher batting average type stuff here. Again, looking at hitters. Now these guys here that hit 500, you guys know, you got to go down a little bit here. Let's even just look at games played. Okay. So Rebel Oaks would be somebody I would want. So I could have Rebel. Now the other thing is you hold the control key. If you hold the control key, you can select multiple players. If you hold the shift key, so actually we're gonna bring in Dave Beauty Bancroft and Rebel Oaks, and let's bring in Duffy Lewis, and we're gonna just put all these guys into the draft pool, just so that you again. And we got to bring in Dots Miller, Tris Speaker. Okay, so we're going to import these players again to the free agent pool. Boom. Okay, there we go. So, and it'll say 5 players imported, no exceptions. So the exceptions would mean if you see that message, that means you forgot to turn off allow duplicate players. Okay, now we can just pick a team. So this is the year in the team. So let's just for shits and giggles, let's do the 1972 Oakland A's. So there's everybody in the Oakland A's, right? So, but let's say that I want to go by, I just want the pitchers from the Oakland A's. So now I just have the pitchers. So you can begin to appreciate how powerful this is. So that, Aaron, it goes in order for the import tools, the search criteria, last name, first name, year, team, and then position. So now we have the teams. So of course, I want to bring in, now I can use the shift key and just pick a whole range of guys if I want to. All right, but I want to look at wins here. All right, so let's say I'm going to bring in Catfish Hunter, Ken Holtzman, and Blue Moon Odom. Just click on Catfish Hunter and then hold the shift key, click on Blue Moon Odom, and let's actually bring in Raleigh Fingers too, and I can import those guys in. So I'm getting a bit of a draft pool here. Okay. Now, the other thing, again, to do is maybe we just want to throw in some years. So just to create however many players you want. And all these guys are going in the draft pool. Okay. So let's just bring in everybody from 1986. Okay. And so I'm just going to click on Jim Abbott. And I'm going to go all the way down, hold the shift key, and I'm going to import all these guys. I'm going to let it do that. So you can let the AI pretty much, you can let it auto draft. Even if you own a team, you do have to at least take ownership of a team. So now we're getting everybody in here from 1986. It's just going to take a minute. Yep, you're real easy. You can do it from one screen. Yeah. So I've never gotten a chance to really show you guys the Fan Park Encyclopedia, but this is pretty similar. The difference would be is in the Fan Park Encyclopedia, it does add one more thing. So you can bring in just the American League or just the National League, or just if you're in a year like you could bring in like just the National League West or American League East, it does that. But other than that, this is very similar to the drafting or team pool, draft pool creation thing that you would have in the Fan Park Encyclopedia. So with this game, beyond season replays, this is really, you can do so much in Pure Sim Baseball. You could create a McGreevy League. You could do a Field of Dreams League in this thing. There's a lot to it. So everything, but yeah, Sean, you're absolutely right. You can do everything from this one screen. Really nice. I mean, I'm jumping all over the place. The import takes a while, but we're doing putting all of 1986 in here. We'll probably see some exceptions. So any guys that played if we brought in those guys from 75 or whatever. So you will see. So let's say we bring in 1976. Probably better if you're looking for just rookies that year or whatever. Don't bring in the entire season because you're going to have to sit through this and wait for it to tell you that you have 1,000 exceptions or something like that. Because again, we're not allowing duplicates. Now, some people do like to play with doppelgangers because they'll say, well, Rogers Hornsby with the Cardinals is different than Rogers Hornsby with the Cubs. And there's merit to that argument. When I play, I don't want to see Hornsby grounding out to Hornsby. That's why I try to stay away from those. I don't know. This doesn't do this by alphabetical order. I'm guessing this does this by team. I have no idea. So
just let it do it. I like doing these types of things too, because just throwing in a bunch of players from different years or whatever, and letting the AI just draft everything, and then just pick a team blindly. And because I showed how to do that in Action PC Baseball, just pick a team even without looking. It's like, okay, this is the team I've got. I've got to manage it, and you know, I like that because there's no preconceived notions. This is something that never happened. So still going. I probably won't do this too much, importing entire seasons, but I just wanted to show the depth that you do have here. And there would be enough right now to actually do a draft, but I want to add in a couple ringers here. There's no Negro leagues in here. This is like major leagues. I mean, you have minor leagues in here, historical minor leagues, but you can't, unlike out of the park baseball, you can't play minor league baseball in Pure Sim. This is strictly Major League, American League, National League, Federal League, things like that. There's no Negro League in here, unfortunately. So I think at one time there was a Negro League mod for this, like back when Padres fan site was up, and there was just all kinds of super cool things you could get for Pure Sim Baseball. But that site is long gone, and I don't even know. It was the same with Baseball Sim Central too, which I told you guys before. I used to write some columns for that one back in 2006, 2007. I wrote some columns for Baseball Sim Central. It was fun. It was a good community. God, we're only halfway through. Oh well. Sorry, we can talk for some more. I don't know. It's just my mission to not only remember old players, but to create just goofy damn leagues and play them out. Wayback Machine won't let you find the sites you're talking. So they do. The problem with that, Sean, is a lot of times the downloads are no longer available. So there is that. And right now, the Internet Archive of the Wayback Machine, they've been up, they've been down, and I think I've said in the past, if you guys every once in a while you got an extra $5 or $10, you know, you finish a month, hey man, I got $5. What am I going to do with this? Go to Starbucks or whatever. You even throw them $5, and they are like super grateful. So I throw them like a $10 every now and then when I can. So do support the Internet Archive, guys. It's a great resource for just about everything. They were actually down for a while in January because I wanted to do some. I was doing some baseball research, and I wanted to look at one of the old Spalding guides, and they were down, and they were down for quite a while. So they are strictly donor funded, and who knows what's, I don't know, you know, with the cuts that are going on in America, whether the Library of Congress, which is the world's largest library, is going to be affected. But man, the Internet Archive, and by extension, the Wayback Machine, is something fantastic. In fact, that's where I was able to find Pure Sim for you guys. I went back on the Wayback Machine and found it and got it, and now I have it like stored everywhere. So, we still got a little ways to go, guys. 63% of the import is done. But remember, digging through a big database right here. I'm hoping at some point in Pocket Pennant Run that there's going to be a sort of draft feature like this, because right now in Pocket Pennant Run, you've got to do, you pretty much have to create everything by hand out of that, you know, all the databases that are in Pocket Pennant Run. But I'd love to see a sort of drafting involved in that. So I know Paul's over there in Cyprus. So let me see, what time is it in Cyprus? It's about what? 9, it's about maybe 10 a.m., but Paul's probably off busy. So if I was in Cyprus, I don't know that I'd be sitting up listening to some weirdo on the East Coast of the United States. watching a screen import baseball players. So I'd be out in that beautiful Cyprus weather, flipping the bird to the Turks. I don't know, whatever. Or the Greeks, depending upon who you're pissed off at during that day. All right. So, Aaron, you know, with all this jawing I'm doing, that if you're importing an entire season or seasons, so let's say, and I'm not going to, but let's say after this, I wanted to go back and import 1929. Just be prepared to wait for a while. But think of what you could do, Aaron. Take some of your. You could create a league of all Reds teams if you wanted, and play them against each other. 1940 Reds against the, the 1990 Reds against the 75 Reds. You could take great players from the Reds teams and mix them with, I don't know, man. I mean, these things just offer so much opportunity. So Sean says last time he tried Pocket Pen, he had no idea what was going on because he didn't remember the rules for the full game that was showing on screen. They do need a printable rule book. I know that Paul's working on that. I did offer, and Paul seemed to be pretty cool with it, but he's been doing such a good job that I've decided why double the efforts of doing a module by module in-depth tutorial of Pocket Pennant Run. The only difference is Paul doesn't stream live. I do. So this way people could bring their questions. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do this in team management? How do I whatever? So, but they do. Sean's right, because there's certain rules, not only the lefty-righty thing that's going on there, but there's some other rules too that you got to be pretty clear on. You got to have the sort of 2-page PDF. I would, for myself, if they had asked me to write the manual, which I could do it, I would make it. It would be a longer manual. I mean, I would split it up like into, okay, you want to jump in and play quickly. This is what you want to do. All right. Chapter 2, we go deeper, 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 deeper. I think the game really does merit bigger than just, it's grown beyond the little 2 or 3 page PDF thing for the PPR software. Anyhow, the main game, meh, not so much. I still think if they tidy that up, it's okay. But where are we? All right, we're at 97%. So in the Frankenstein League that I'm never going to play. So Aaron says loves doing replays with Pure Sim 94 replay. You did last of 5 seasons. Nice. Yeah. So it will automatically go to the next year, which is cool. And then if you want to like replay a season again, then all you have to do is just actually delete that season and it'll be gone, and then you could start over again. Okay, so we had one exception, so we would have had a duplicate, but this imported 951 players. Boom. So we have a crap ton of people. But let's throw in a few ringers, like George Sisler, because George Sisler, actually no, Sisler, no, because we didn't bring him in. So we're gonna bring in George Sisler, and we're gonna pick one of his. We're gonna pick his 407. Let me see, what year is this? 1920. We're gonna take 1920 George Sisler, and we're gonna bring him in. So he's in the draft pool now. Let's bring in Mickey Mantle, because for Dwayne. Good night for him in the old channel here. And let's get the Mick here with his 1961 season, and we're going to import Mickey. Just fun to have some ringers in here. All right, throw some names at me, guys. Okay, so the exception, because what that is, Sean, is because I have allowed duplicate players unchecked. If that was checked, it would just bring in players in duplicate. The one exception is whatever player that was. I said no duplicate players. That's all that means, because I don't want doppelgangers. Yep. Okay. Throw me some baseball players here, guys. As long as they didn't play in like around, 1986 or whatever. I don't care. We can't go past 2015, obviously, but well, actually, there are ways around that because you can edit players. So you could theoretically, if you wanted to get your hands super filthy, you could recreate the 2024 season in this thing if you wanted to. Ken Phelps, we can do that. We can do that if he should be. He should be. Boink. All right. We need a good year here for Ken Phelps. Goodness gracious, he's all over the place. So let me put in his first name so we just get him. Okay. Boink, 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 boink. Hello, Ken Phelps, please. Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, hard to get these guys. There we go. Now you got to just click back up in the last name screen again. Okay, so we got Ken Phelps in here. And let's get a good dinger year for Ken Phelps, 1987. Now he might be an exception. Let's see, because again he's 1987. So let's see, because he played in 86, he's not going to come in. No, so yep, he was the exception. So Ken Phelps already existed. So let's stay away from the 80s. Stay away from the 80s. Because that was that exception. Okay, Lombardozzi, he should have 2 Z's in his name, actually. There we go. There's Mr. Lombardozzi. All right, I guess we're going to look for average for this guy. Not a big home run hitter. 2014. Let's bring in 2014. And he's in there now. Okay. Ray Oyler. There we go. From the 68 Tigers. Let's bring in Ray. And we got to bring in his whole career here. So what you want to do is type in his first name, click back up in his last name. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you want Ray Oyler, 1968. I believe that is it. Boom. There we go. Import selected players. He's in the draft pool. So now the other thing you could do, guys, is you can also import them. So down here where it says import to team options, I could actually start loading up some of these teams. Like I could make, if I wanted to, make a team of absolute crazy all-stars, okay? And then for all the other teams, just let them draft. So imagine what you could do there. There's so many things you could do. All right, let's do a couple more. I might as well pick one too, right? So let's do Charlie. Let's get Charlie Gehringer in the action here, because why not? Jolly Charlie, right? Let's see, what's a good year for Gehringer? Let's take his 1929 year. Okay. Ooh. Sean says, I'm going to try this after sleep later today just because you're replaying perfect with 1987. Right, exactly. And, to be honest with you, Sean, I've done, like, I'm doing 1975 on here. But except for 1968, this thing did good with 1968, actually, a little 68 project I did. This one, I always played like this. I always played Pure Sim like this. Had a lot of fun with it. Let me see. We need some Reds pitchers here, but we're going to go back in time, and we're going to bring in Johnny Vandermeer. I forget if he's 2 or 1. I think Vandermeer is 1. Sorry. It's a Dutch name. And of course, I guess it is 2 names. I don't know. Johnny, where are you? There we go. And we're going to get his 1938 season. So, this is super, super cool. Let's go back. Let's bring in King Kelly.
because we got to get some 19th century guys going here. There we go. There's King Kelly. Let's get his 1879 season. I gotta update my player photos here for him. But yeah, boom. Joe Nuxhall, okay. And then we should probably get on to the draft. All right, Joe Nuxhall, give me a year there, Aaron. Give me a year. Give me a year, buddy. Let's look at his good ERA years here. Wow, 1953 looks like a good one for Nuxhall, because he's got a 2.61 earned run average and went 15 and 8. What do you think? 1963, Joe Nuxhall. Let's do it. Okay, so that's good. All right, so we're going to close this. All right, and then we're going to continue to the next stage. Okay, the draft is optional. Sam, would I like to run the draft? Yes, I would. So here they are. Here is everybody in our draft pool. A lot of dudes from 1986. Obviously, everybody from 1986. But the ringers are in there as well. They are in there as well. Okay, so we have our draft order, which is, it just picks it at random: Provo, Honolulu, New York, Atlanta, Lancaster, Las Vegas, Dallas, and Cincinnati. Okay, so double click players in the grid to view their player cards. So, which is really nice. We can look at Tony Armas. So if you were wanting to pick for your own team, there's Tony Armas. You can, of course, look at his real life stats right here if you want, and the year that we picked for Armas just happened to be 1986, and that will always highlight that year, whatever year. Okay, so let's do a next pick. All right, we are at round 1 for Honolulu, and you can just go like this and keep going. We can continue. All right, now it's showing here people that we can draft. So you can auto-complete the draft up at the top of this, which let's go ahead and we'll do a little bit of drafting here. Who do I want to pick up here? What about Alan Ashby? Well, you know what? You always need a decent catcher, right? Let's see. You can sort by position. Yes, you can. All right, that's a little better. Let's see who we got here. There's old Eggs Benedict, huh? You guys are fans of Eggs Benedict. We're gonna sign Gary Carter. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna sign Gary Carter. So you click on the name that you want, and you click Sign Player. And am I sure that I want to sign Gary Carter in 1986? Of course I am. So I got Gary Carter. All right, we can do team pick summaries, so we can look and see who's picked so far and stuff like that. We can look at draft pick, our own. There's all the draft picks and who everybody has selected. So, so New York picked up Catfish Hunter. Honolulu picked George Sisler, who got one of the ringers. Provo took Mike Scott. So on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? Okay, let's continue. And we're going to let it autocomplete now. You can also ask the scout, by the way. So suggestion, sign Joe Nuxhall, 35-year-old pitcher. Would you like to sign him? Yeah, what the hell? You can look at his scouting report right there. Again, that's just, again, looking at his player card and stuff like that. So we're going to sign Joe Nuxhall. I don't even know what team. Oh, I don't know. Are we Cincinnati? I guess. So yeah, let's sign him. Okay, so let's do the next pick. Let's just continue. And it's going to come around to us again. And we're going to ask a scout. And he's saying sign Teddy Higuera. Yeah, why the hell not? So we are Cincinnati, I guess. So we signed Teddy Higuera. And again, we can look at who's been picked. And again, it's going to be kind of boring because we put somebody from 1986. But so Mark McGuire is going to be playing for Las Vegas. Tony Gwynn for Lancaster. Don Mattingly will be with Atlanta. Barry Larkin with New York. Fernando Valenzuela will be with Honolulu. So you guys get the picture. Let's do continue and let's auto-complete this draft. Okay, so here's what you do. For the auto draft parameters, you can choose drafting philosophy. So let's do this. So you can select a drafting philosophy you would like the AI to follow using the options below. Also, you can have the AI auto draft for a short interval, at which point you will be back in control. This allows for a multi-layer drafting approach that varies based on where you are in the draft. For example, you may have the AI focus on pitching early and youth later. Note, in some cases, the AI may have to override your suggestions based on roster requirements. So we can do neutral strategy, whatever the scout thinks best. You can see, Aaron, I know you can, there's a ton of options here. So if you're looking at your team, right, and you're saying, wow, I really need some contact hitters or power hitters, then when you select that, the AI is going to really look for available power hitters, for instance. You can do this like looking for starting pitching that focuses on power pitchers, controls, on stuff. Okay. Then the same for relievers, power, control, and stuff. Overall balancing importance of power, contact. So lots of things you can do. Speed and defense. So if you were doing like an old-timey baseball type thing, then you want to try to get the best there. But right now, we're just going to let it go to neutral strategy, and we're going to let it go for the rest of the draft. We're just going to let it go for the rest of the draft because it is late. Okay, and continue, and it's drafting. Drafting. And looks like it's doing a serpentine draft. So hopefully some of you guys that play this game find this interesting. It's more fun, I think, if you put in a bunch of different, years, teams, whatever. But so this is going to be a very, very bizarre thing. So we normalize this to 1930. So if we were to play this, you're going to see a lot of offense in this game. All right, let's. So who are we? Cincinnati? I forget. Yes, we are. So you can go in and make your own logo, or you can change logos, whatever. But let's look at our roster view and see who do we get. So we did get Joe Nuxhall. We have Teddy Guerra. Let me see who else we got here. We got Ron Darling, Doyle Alexander. We have or Hershiser. So we're pretty tough here, man. Mike Boddicker. Let me see. So looking around the horn here, we got Leon Durham and Eddie Murray sharing time at first base. Ryan Sandberg's our starting second baseman. Dave Beauty Bancroft. So we did get one. We got another ringer. So we got Bancroft at short. Michael Jack Schmidt at third. We got Pasqua in left. Yount in center. Andy Van Slyke over in right. Gary Carter catching. And we could look at any one of these teams. So let's look at who Las Vegas picked up here. So Mike Krukow, Burt Blyleven, Kirk McCaskill is on here. Ron Guidry. There's Dave Stewart, Frank Viola. Let me see. Gedman and Parrish splitting the catching duties. Mark McGuire at first. Bernazard at second. Ripken at short. Boggs at third. Left field's going to be between Mitchell and Grubb. Center field, Dykstra and Strawberry. And right field, Kevin Bass. Winfield could get some playing time, whatever. So that's how easy this is. So we can close. We can even start a spring training. Do what we want to do from here. Do ballparks. And that is how you do it. I don't think this has a player search, unfortunately, like Action PC or Out of the Park Baseball. There might be one here, but I've not seen one. So it's not. It's already setting up some lineups and stuff here for us, which is kind of good. So we got. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong team. I'm sorry. Let me close. And let's go back to because we're Cincinnati. And that's just because I picked that. And it'll show an asterisk there, Aaron. So hopefully your reader software picks that up. So let's look at our lineups, at least the way the AI is doing it. So versus lefty, we have Yount, Murray, Schmidt, Carter, Pasqua, Sandberg, Bancroft, and Van Slyke. Versus righties, it's Yount, Van Slyke, Pasqua, Schmidt, Durham, Sandberg, Carter, and Bancroft. So we got that. Let's look at our rotation. Right now we got Nuxhall, Higuera, Darling, and Doyle Alexander. Our relief pitchers are Oral Hershiser, Mike Boddicker, Jay Tibbs, and Rick Russell. And then our closer is Raleigh Fingers. This is a pretty tough team, man. GM tendencies. I'm not going to really worry about the GM tendencies, though you could. We're not going to worry about that. Manage AI tendencies. What we could do is just import a manager if we wanted to. So this is default CPU, but let's have fun. Let's have somebody manage this team. I don't give a shit who. Let's have Sparky Anderson. Let's import him. There. So Sparky Anderson is now managing this very not Cincinnati Reds team. But even once he's imported, if you want, you can still change things. So right now he's very patient on giving pitchers the hook, but you can make him do a very quick hook or whatever. So you dive real deep into this. So now we got Sparky Anderson managing. Okay, would I like to save the changes? Yes, I would. Okay. There's our team reports, which right now don't really mean anything. It's going to use a neutral ballpark, which is fine. You can, if you just want to use this as a background for Aaron, obviously you would for the background. But if you go to modify park, if you do select a pre-built park, this is where all the park effects come in. So all the parks in baseball are there. So for instance, maybe we wanted to put our Cincinnati team, let's put them in Candlestick. So I would just click Candlestick. And though it doesn't change the photo, like the photo that you're going to play on, you have the dimensions for Candlestick, and it's ready to go. It's awesome. You can import all those managers once you see how a team's draft. You can pair them with the perfect manager. Absolutely, Sean. Much easier than creating manager profiles for every damn team. I totally agree. So that is a very quick and dirty way to create pretty much, I mean, the possible number of combinations that you can do in this is like it's disgusting. You even 100,000 years, you couldn't even scratch the surface in games like this. And I think that's why I like it so much. So, of course, you can do trades, you can do whatever. We do have a calendar set up. So we could actually, if we wanted, probably, if we wanted to go to home, let's go ahead and let it do spring training. All right, here we go. So most feared hitters list, we got George Sisler, Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle, by the way, for is with Lancaster, for anybody wondering. Don Mattingly, McGuire, Guerrero, Puckett, Barfield, Bell, Jesse Barfield, George Bell, not in the same team. One's with Atlanta, one with Dallas. Mike Schmidt, Cincinnati. There we go. And our preseason power rankings. Cincinnati, we rank 8th. Holy shit. So Honolulu, Lancaster, Provo, Dallas, Atlanta, New York, Las Vegas, and Cincinnati. So we're going to close this. And let's view today's schedule. And this thing's ready to go. It is ready to go. We will be playing. If we were playing the game, Joe Nuxhall gets the start against Mike Krukow. As you would expect, there's a lot of great matchups here. Valenzuela versus Clemens, Welsh versus Scott, Hunter versus Holtzman. So, and you can go through the calendar and look at all the games, all the matchups and stuff like that. You probably have to do some park tweaking and stuff like that, but
that's it. So much to do in this game. Sean Sullivan, will you please come back and do the next version of this? Please, please, please. Any other questions? Because I'm not going to do a game. So is there any other questions before we sign off at fake 4:05 a.m. because it's actually 3:05 a.m. Damn it. They got to get rid of daylight savings time or keep it, whichever. Okay, I guess no more questions. So that's how you do it, Aaron. I would say go back, starting at the, I don't know how many, probably, I don't know, last hour of the broadcast. So just kind of slide forward in that YouTube, and hopefully that'll help you until you and I can get together. And just remember, when you hover over everybody, you can actually get some basic information, and then you can see everything about him. Well, thank you. I will. You too, Sean. Thank you, my friend. I will. I think I'm going to play some Total War Warhammer 3 tomorrow, man. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Playing the Lost God campaign just to get my bearings again in that game before I take my favorites, the vampires, and try to cover the world in darkness and cupcakes. Yeah, Aaron, I will. I mean, obviously we're going to need some time. So I don't know about this weekend. Next weekend's probably more realistic. So, yep. All right, guys, thank you very much. We're 3 hours. This is a short one for tonight. It wasn't a chinwag, but I hope this little Pure Sim baseball helped you guys. Get into it. Don't be afraid of it. Play with it, man. Create weird leagues. All right, until next time, guys, we'll see you around the batting cage, and I appreciate each and every one of you, everybody. It's so much fun. All right, good night.